How is it going? I'm doing good, and I hope you guys are too. We're back today playing some more Dread Delusion. I did start a game in my free time, but I've literally not done anything yet. I'm into this game. It's cool, it's fun, I like it. Alright, what were we doing when I stopped? Where are my quests? Hunt for Vela, which is the Endless Duchess. Powerful Endless Witch. Oh no, that's Sky Pirate, Caxton Frost. Yeah, I accidentally found this guy. Search his house. I'll do that later. I want to do more things around here. Worcester, remember that. I'll get a sky ship at some point and do that. Okay, that one. Let's go through. We can go through the gate bridge. Sure, that won't take very long. Far southeast of Ferropolis. Okay, and then Madness of the King. Return after nightfall. Okay. Okay, I've got a few things we can do. Let's get the gate bridge lowered first. I feel like that's just a good starting point. Oh, before we started, Frosty asked, in what landmark year did Harvard University open its doors to female students for the first time? Apparently, the hallowed halls of Harvard University welcomed women as students in the revolutionary year of 1969. Wow, really ahead of the times on that one, weren't you, Harvard? I thought it was going to be like, oh, in the 1850s they allowed... No, they're like, you know what? It's almost the swinging 70s. Maybe if we let a few women into the campus, it'll counteract the hippie counterculture. Okay, we're up here. Going this way. Alright, so we'll run over here, get the bridge lowered, so I can hoof it back. Wait, I got the big sword. Okay. The hell was that? She nods. A noble sentiment for sure, but the road to radical change is slippery with blood, and reality is never as sweet as our dreams. Okay, yep. As was previously mentioned. Okay, it's over here. Don't hop off the edge. Falling off the edge has been my #1 cause of death this entire time. Okay, wait, since I'm here, are you anything? You're just a cannon. I'm just a cannon, and I know it's not fair. I'm just a cannon, and life is a nightmare. The border is closed. Examines your permit through magnifying glass and punches the commands to a machine. You notice tufts of cotton protruding from his ears. Suddenly the machine screeches like a god's nail being dragged across the chalkboard of your soul, and your stomach twists as if you are falling from a great height. After several minutes, the guard removes his earplugs. Its Majesty says you may pass. Long live the Clockwork King. Thought the bridge was going back up behind me. He waves you through. Good day to you. Good day to you, sir. Alright, we're back in Hallowshire, which is, I mean, you know, it's nice to be able to walk back and forth. Okay, well, we got that. Did that. Now, let's look for the camp to the southeast of Ferropolis, which would be in this area over here somewhere. Think he saw me. Yep. And Rad. What's going on, Rad? Rad coming in with a 3 streak. What's happening, my guy? Pick up these coins. Hey, Cozy with the Prime. Thank you so much, Cozy. And Cozy on the 7 streak. Popping in for a man? Hell yeah. Love to hear it. We love pop-ins around here. Love pop-ins in the stream, don't love pop-ins at home. Like, if you're gonna visit, make your presence known well beforehand. Don't just pop in. Yep, they want to fight. You wanna fight? How you doing today, man? And we... Whoop. Alright, well, don't know what that did, but I did it. Okay, your students are being dinguses, but aside from that, they're children. Children are all dinguses. Doors closed. Okay, so I gotta do more lore stuff around here. Can I interact with this at all? No. Yeah, it's all goopy over here. I don't want to do that. Oh ho ho. Okay, what's in there is not the most valuable, but I still want it. You write a presentation, they just tried copying your example, now you're debating delaying the actual presentation to make them rewrite it. On a scale from 1 to 10, how copied is it? Like, is it word for word? Like, if they were to do their presentation before you, would you be like, I can't do a presentation because they just did my presentation? I would for what's the biggest problem in the world, and most pick global warming. I mean, I'm of the opinion that climate change. I agree with them. I wouldn't call it global warming because that's, but climate change is probably the biggest world problem right now, especially if you're young. Um, Introducing six-fold cipher. I'm not gonna read all this, but I'll leave it on screen so everybody can read it later if they want. Climate change, global warming, whatever term to use. You know it's a big problem, but they aren't going about it as it's a big problem. They're going to look to write something quick. How to fix global warming? Turn off the AC. Oh, yeah. That's understandably. Let's pump up Guile. I can understand you being a little irritated about that. To be fair, I don't think you could like quickly write an essay about like what's the biggest problem in the world and have it be good. Right? Like if they're trying to be quick about it, I feel like any topic they're going to try to be quick about. You know? You just want their opinion. Yeah. No, I get where you're coming from. I get what you're saying. Looks like an interesting landmark. Say less, game. Actually, don't say less. Say that exact amount of information. It's only supposed to go to 60 to 80 words. They're 12, so nothing huge. Yeah, I mean, that's not even a full page. That's like a paragraph. Maybe 2 paragraphs. Buddy, you take out contractions, it's... God, you could reasonably get that in about a paragraph, yeah. Control console is caked with dirt and dust. A spider skitters away into the hole where an indicator light has been torn out. Nothing has been here in a long time. Admits to the case by a keypad with 6 round keys. Try the code given to you by the librarian. You methodically punch in the numbers, occasionally pausing to squint at Genevieve's tiny handwriting. Most of them fail until you try the final code, 050451. Somewhere beneath your feet, the engine turns to life and the metal catwalk begins to vibrate. So we're on the right path here. Oh, I have a key for this place. It is corrupted, apparently. Door is barred from the other side, alright. The guy was like, whoa! Yo, this dude's freaky! Oh, shit. One guy was like, gotta fix education. He wanted an excuse to complain about standardized tests, which is fair. You love it's not global warming, he was really thinking about stuff. I don't know how they do like standardized tests. Cause you're in. Hey man, what's up? You're in Taiwan, aren't you, Dread? Correct me if I'm wrong. But haven't you mentioned that before? Climate change is an issue. You agree with that? You just wish they put their heads to work. Yeah, no, I understand that. Because I was gonna say, I know in America, like school funding is tied into standardized testing. So schools that get low scores get less money, which is why standardized testing is a big problem in America. Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know how well you know the American education system since you're, in Taiwan. You work there. Gesundheit. Is it like that in Taiwan where, like, money is tied directly to, like, test scores? But certified in... Oh, okay. Spectral shield. Cool. Probably is? Okay. Because that's a really shitty system. What time is it in Taiwan right now? So if I had to guess, it's probably... Hold on, don't tell me. It's 10:30 here. 12:30? Midnight? 1? Something like that? Turns out exam national and there's a lot of push for grades over learning. Yeah, that's a big problem. 11:30? I was close. I don't think getting that fine ore was worth like 6 lockpicks, but okay. Yeah, sounds like the same problem we have here. Yeah, no, a lot of schoolwork in the States is just memorized to do good on the standardized tests so the school can get funding to make more students memorize to get good on the standardized tests so the school can get more funding to get ad infinitum. Oh, I'm turned around at the wrong time. What's up, Adoration? How you doing? Okay, I need a health potion. It's on first right now. What? Need might 4 to break that. Well, that's my next level up. Doing fine. How am I doing? Other than slaying, I'm doing fantastically. Like I like to say, if I'm here, I'm good. Because if I wasn't good, I wouldn't be here. I'm actually really glad. Like, I'm very excited to stream today. I'm really into this game, and Monday and Tuesdays, I'm like, yes, I get to play more Dread Delusion. Their voice comes through harsh and commanding through their helmet. Docked enough, have you? Adrafil? In any respect, piss off right back to Ferropolis. Through their helmet, you can hear the panic in their voice. I'm telling you, I knew that face. I know it's impossible, but I knew that face. Helmet. Okay, well, they're saying the same. Guys, I'm not here to gawk. I'm here to see what's up with the giant flesh monstrosities you're fighting. You know, I gotta say, I loves me a good giant flesh monstrosity. Updated my map. Whoa. Like, look at this guy. He's got 4 waggly arms, 2 heads, a face mask, or gas mask fused to his stomach. That's cool as hell. Need a key. Hey, I was on the opposite end of that. I know where this is. Alright, well I just gave the giant flesh monstrosities an easy way back to the main area. For my convenience. Okay, loop back around. Now we go up the opposite way. Give me 1 second. Sorry, just had to grab a napkin. Okay, anyway. Making a lot of noises over here. Interesting landmark, of course. What the Accept. Welcome to the end of the world, citizen. The food's terrible, but you can't beat the view. Is this the cleanup camp? Yep, the last outpost of normal reality, or at least their words are drowned out by the deafening metallic voice from the main building. Clean up worker Flores. Report to my office. Repeat, Flores, report to my office. Pyong out. Normal for us, anyway. But just so you guys know, an ad's gonna be starting soon. I will admit, it is a nice, if somewhat terrible view. Well, if it ain't that cursed dodger in the flesh. Chief, not gotten tired of you yet, or have you come back just to see me? Oh, if you say so. You poke a long, thin probe inside your mouth and wave it all up and down your body. Connected to apparatus emits their chirps and warbles. Alright, you're clean. For now. Go on ahead. Cheers, Miss Magic! Now, that's some high-quality H2O. Why wouldn't you sleep in so you figured to stop and say hello? Well, thank you, I appreciate it. Preparing for closing all weekend. You're petrified, lol. Love working in a restaurant. You know, sometimes it do be like that. But, hey. I'd rather close consistently for a week than have to open then close, then open then close, then open then close. Just close all weekend, body can't recuperate. Ugh. I'm so sorry. Let's try talking. You did get new insoles? Nice. I also got a new pair of shoes this weekend, and it was good. And Argo coming in with the elastic check. It's still springy, it's still stretchy, it still snaps back. Thank you so much, Argo. Argo, I turned the bot on, but I forgot to log into the bot, and then that happened. I'm so sorry. And Argo coming in with a word redeem. I will read the word once we're done with the dialogue with this lady. We can go ahead and do it. And a leaky. Wait, hold on. Argo's on the 7 streak, and then a leaky's coming in with the whirls. Ever played mouthwashing? I have played mouthwashing, and I thought mouthwashing was fantastic. And then a leaky with an ooh woo. Alright, so the word is Amplitude. The extent or range of quality, property, process, or phenomenon, such as the extent of a vibratory movement, as a pendulum, measured from the mean position to an extreme. Amplitude. 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 I play an amplitude of games. I don't think that's the best way to use that, but I couldn't think of a better one. Shut up. Including some BioShock 2. You already beat the first one. Nice. Nice. Alright, let's see what Frosty's got to say. Let's observe chat in its natural habitat. In the wilds of Multichat, we observe a fascinating ecosystem. The Radwood students exhibit classical survival tactics, mimicking the Mental's example at a bid for easy marks. Store flutters in with time zone queries, while Adoration checks in amidst the digital carnage. Miss Magic battles the restaurant closing shift, and Argo dives into the depths of BioShock 2. L. Frosty. I mean, you're right, but L. Yeah, fair. Hey, you might not want to go upstairs, mate. The chief's in an awful mood. They glance up suddenly as a metallic voice booms from above. Attention, all hands! Roll call in 36 minutes. Repeat, 36 minutes. No dawdling this time. Hang out. Again. Ain't he always? Look, I gotta talk to this guy. I'm gonna talk to this guy. I ain't afraid to know. Alright, well, you know what? He's 80% robot. Life be like that sometimes. Admits the digital carnage. There is so much digital carnage here. You see a scarred man with several days' stubble chewing an unlit cigar as he scans over a map. He curses and leans over to a trumpet-like apparatus sprouting from the wall. Attention, reserve shift! Zeta Patrol is late. I want relief party ready in 36 minutes. Huang out! As he speaks, you can faintly hear his magically amplified words booming across the camp outside the window. Turns to you with a scowl. What's this now, a tourist? Afraid we'll have to skip the grand tour. Are you gonna tell me you took a wrong turn? Looking for someone who might have come through here. Yeah, eyes you dubiously. I don't know. Got bad news. If your friend ended up in the corrupted lands, odds are there's not much left of him. Let's get one thing straight, Sunshine. I'm cleanup leader Hong, and this is my cleanup camp. That means every cunt here follows my rules and obeys my orders, no matter what. Some shite-brained tinker from Metropolis says, clear. What the hell are you doing in my office? Looking for a missing child. Huang listens to your story, shaking his head. I'm sorry you came all this way from nothing. Finding a single person among the corrupted, let alone their name, it's pure bonkers. Corruption warps most things beyond recognition. If this kid got absorbed into a canker mass, they're not even got a body anymore. Sometimes individual corrupted ones have traces of their old selves, clothes, tattoos, and like, but that's rare. Can I get a closer look at the corrupted ones in the cage? Huang takes a cigar out of his mouth. You're a real specimen, aren't you? Be my guest if your life's that cheap. Cleanup worker Cohen's our resident monster expert. If we got other questions, ask him. Huang leads over to the speaking trumpet again. Attention, cleanup worker Cohen. Attention, Cohen. Let this weird-looking scunner through the cage, will you? Huang out. Alright, I don't know what a scunner is, but I appreciate it. Not you. Scrape your damn boots, will you? The mud in here can chew through the wrought iron. So, you? Why you blue? Abu die. It's the back citizen. These monsters are dormant right now. They could rouse at any moment. If they get their claws into you, you'll be everybody's problem. Going right? Huang said I could look inside the... What are these things? I believe they used to be citizens just like you or me. Once the corruption takes you, there's no return. Okay, you enjoy the story and gameplay of BioShock 2 more than the first one. I don't remember much about BioShock 2. Like, hardly anything. Maybe I'll replay them. That does remind me of a couple things I need to mention, though. Alright, hold on. You're Cohen, right? Huang said I look inside the cage. Size you up. That was you, eh? Suppose you are kind of weird looking. No offense. Go on in then. It's your funeral. Not that you get a funeral, mind. So what I want to mention is BioShock 2 more than the first one. I remember 1 and Infinity, but not 2. So 2 big things I want to mention. First, for the New Year's stream, I don't know how many of you saw the post in the Discord, but we've got some stuff going on for that I want to mention. So we'll be doing a top 10 clips. The winner, whoever has the highest voted clip, will receive a $10 Steam card as a prize. The specific rules for that are in the Discord, so I'm not going to go over them. We will be doing a trivia over games from the year, not games, like the whole stream year. We'll be doing a little trivia thing. Whoever answers the most questions correctly gets a gift sub. We'll also be doing so I will be doing a personal top 10. Slim Burbles is actually my rap name. It's true. I'm releasing an album later next year under the name Slim Burbles. So I will be doing a personal top 10 of my favorite games I've streamed this year. I'll be also like opening it up to people to do what they think my top 10 is. Whoever is closest to getting my top 10 will also receive a gift sub. And then we will be doing just a general giveaway for a $20 Steam gift card that all you really have to do is be present in the stream, hang out, and, you know, be part of the community. You actually have to be part of the community. You can't be just some random person who showed up that day. But be part of the community, and, you know, you can win a Steam card just for hanging out in the stream. I'll also be doing we'll be doing a top 10 community list, like an actual top 10 community games. And then I will be doing a tier list of all the games I streamed this year. Which I'm looking forward to all that. I think it'll be fun. And Hippie, coming into the elastic check. It's still springy, it's still stretchy, it still snaps back. Thank you so much, Hippie. But I wanted to go ahead and mention all that, talk about it, let everybody know what's going on. I'll probably mention it more times leading up to the actual day of. But you've got more than a month to get clips, to post them, to do all that stuff. But yeah, just wanted to mention that to everyone. And the other thing I wanted to mention is I got an Xbox 360 this weekend. So we will soon be playing some 360 games. It's corrupting one chants rhythmically from multiple mouths all over its body. Alternating between them, trying to parse any recognizable sound makes your head ache. I'm not even going to try to... Do you recognize this? The creature continues babbling without any signs of recognition. Leave this one alone. Corrupted one babbles an unending stream of unknown syllables at high velocity. Trying to parse any recognizable sound makes my head ache. Creature continues babbling without any sound of recognition. Wild swings of tone and volume. Recognize this. Creature stares at the locket as if hypnotized. The corrupted one becomes visibly agitated in its movements and speech, but you can't understand anything. Could this creature once have been Oleg's child? Perhaps cleanup worker Cohen can tell you more. How'd you get on in there? The last one looked like it wanted to make a proper mess of you. I think we're talking to me, but I couldn't understand anything. No way 360? Yes way. Alas, you must be off. Have a good stream, Sockman. Thanks for hanging out for a little bit, Rad. I really appreciate it. I will catch you later, my guy. Oh, sure, that gobbledygook they thought. Guan's words are drowned out by the metallic voice booming across the camp. Attention, cleanup worker Beanin. Where is my damn supper? Huang out. That gobbledygook is some kind of cipher dialect. Only the machinists can make heads or tails of it. Only if they got one of those fancy skull implants. Where would I get such a skull implant? Get one? I mean, they're meant for cogs only. I hear the waiting list is longer than Terror Worm's Dodger. Most of our cranial engineers got purged years ago. That said, I used to guard the machinarium back in Feralopolis. Got into let's call it, amorous entanglement with this cog named Morozov. Proper fruitcake she was. A real force in nature. Gon trails off and stares in his face for a moment. Not good, huh? They shrug bashfully. It was Tempestus. I'll put it that way. Tempestus. I'll put it that way. Anyway, point is, she's the one that used to fix up trainee machinists with their new skull plumbing. Morozov lives in a tower up in the mountains north of Heropolis. Maybe if you mention my name, it'll be worth something. This was ages ago, mine. Can't say she's still ticking. Anyway, what else can I do for you? Stay safe going. Alright, well, I'll leave it up to you to close that door, because I can't. I don't know if you think it's the fact you are a Big Daddy, one of the oldest ones at that. Your brain really likes about it. I mean, that is pretty cool, don't get me wrong. Alright, so I have to go... the mountains north of Heropolis. It's gonna be like up here somewhere. Alright, well, there's the bridge over here I can cross. Honestly, that's really the only thing I remember about the game, is that you are a Big Daddy. That the hacking is less tedious. Don't remember that either. I think it was Big Daddy. Did you in the wrong Twitch stream? So have you never played BioShock? Okay, then yeah, you know, it's from BioShock. Okay, tower north of... we're north of Heropolis right now. Yes. Need to replay those? Argo and his devastating influence on people's gamings. Morzarov's parcel. The bulky parcel stained with blood and addressed to B. Morzarov. Those games are worth replaying every few years. Maybe I'll try to replay them soon. Replayed all of them once. I played at least all of them once, but it's been a minute. Based. Except for the last one, I think that one played that one a single time. Infinite gets a lot of hate. Oh god, there's a lot of these guys. But I enjoyed Infinite. Alright, is there anything out here? No, okay. I think they didn't like the change in setting and universe. I mean, I understand why it gets a lot of hate, but I still think it was a really good game. That's just because you discovered that one well after the first... well, it came out well after the first two. Oh, all that thought. Sorry, cat food went off. This is a big boy. Big boy wants to play. You personally enjoyed Infinite? Oh, same. I really liked it. I thought it was a lot of fun. Last one's really, you gotta take that one as its own thing. I think that's where a lot of disappointment in it came from. People are like, ah, it's BioShock 3. Not really, though. Yes, but not really. Mark this place on my... Machine emits a buzz in a distorted human voice. Go away! Nobody's home. Nobody's home. Who are you? Just like I said, nobody here, nothing available. Get the picture. Maybe I want to talk about nothing. This is what you do for fun. I'm closing this channel. There's a click, then silence. Oh wait, nobody's home. I'm looking for Morozov. Is this the right tower? Never heard of him. Networker Cohen sent me. He said you could help me. You say it's Cohen? Cohen sent you? Flows a string of barely intelligible curses that would whiten a sky sailor's hair. Did I say something wrong? Listen, sweetheart, I'll hear you out for old time's sake, but this ain't no charitable order. You want me to scratch your ass? You better scratch mine. I'm waiting on the delivery. 2 weeks late now. Odds are the courier met their maker trying to get through that old ruined factory on the way here. Bring me that parcel, then we'll talk. Actually, I have your parcel right here. Long pause and a clunk. This door's unlocked. Wipe your boots. Yeah, is there a way up here that doesn't take me through the factory and all those robots? Because I would have loved to have found it. The stout, aging machinist looks surprised to see you. What? How'd you get inside? Get out of here right now or my security will fry you to a crease. You let me in? What? Why in the hell would I do that? I'll have you know I'm in the middle of some very important work. Notice the cheaply bound romance opens fine up beside her, plus stacks of dirty plates and half-empty teacups. Here's her parcel. The courier didn't make it. She snaps the parcel with alarming speed and tears it open, revealing a clutch of bottled visions. Ho ho ho, well, if it ain't the latest Metcalf. Come to mama. Seems to remember your presence. Ugh, why are you still here? You said something about Cohen? I need a machinist skull implant so I can speak to the corrupted. Morozov listens to your tale with escalating incredulity, and frequent interjections. Say, what? Get the fuck out of here. Are you serious? Oh, once you're finished, she laughs. Larlin, how can I put this kindly? You're nuts. Absolutely certifiably bats in the belfry, 6 feet short of a cogwheel over the rainbow dually. You want me to misappropriate royal resources to perform a strictly regulated techno-surgical procedure on an unsanctioned stranger who ain't part of the Machinist Guild, also you can trace one poor missing fuck? Yes. She cackles. I love it! Listen, I must have installed these implants on hundreds of damn fool kids. And what? All so they can spend the rest of their lives bossing people around and sucking on the king's copper teeth? Promise you I won't be doing that. Morozov ignores you as she begins gathering up books, notes, and alarming-looking medical instruments. Now listen, sweetheart. Getting your brain to accept a big hunk of gears as part of itself ain't exactly a cakewalk. I need to slice of your meat that's got a deep connection to all the rest. Pick a person, someone you really cherished, see someone that made you who you are, you're gonna forget them. And I'll stick that cranial modulator in that place, it'll be dear to you as they were. Don't tell me about them, I don't care. Just think of them. Say your goodbyes, eh? So forget my parents, I've given up trying to make them understand. Forget my first love, you needn't carry that heartbreak with you anymore. Forget your best friend, it hurts to think about how far apart you're grown. Forget your mentor, you still feel the sting of their disappointment. Well, the good news is, I've never had a mentor. That's right, just like that, come to mama. Fall into a black and timeless place. Come to, your head feels heavier than before. Stupid thing, where'd I leave it? Ah, well, hell now. Well, hey now, look who's awake. How you doing, sweetheart? Truer words were never spoken, hon. Well, it seems the moderator went in nice and smooth. Congratulations, you're part of the machine. Are there any drawbacks? Oh, sure. Watch out for migraines, seizures, deafness, blindness, aneurysms, nightmares, prophetic dreams, mental decline, partial or total amnesia, paranoia, delusions of being dead, religious ecstasy and/or agony, and out-of-body experiences, whitelist idiocy, gangrene. You'll have to come in for a checkup every few years. Some of those metals are a little toxic. Worst of all, whenever someone has a problem with the king's magic, they'll ask you to fix it. Ugh, I should have farmed silk slugs. They all make sense to you? What can I do now that it's installed? Now you can understand the six-fold cipher language of our glorious king. Read it, write it, speak it, hear it, or shove it at your house for all I care. All make sense to you? Thanks, I guess we're done here. Don't mention it, darling. No, really, don't. In fact, leave my tower and don't speak to me again. Nothing personal, but I got a hot date with a cheese wheel I've been saving. I hope you're very happy together. I'll be leaving soon. Can I sleep off this surgery for a night? Thank you. Again, I'm not reading this, but I will leave it up for a moment so anyone who wants to can go back and read it later. This is a long one. There's the door behind me, because otherwise it's rude. I have two terrifying bottled visions. Gotta drink them both back to back and have schizophrenia for a day. Like the good Lord intended. Okay, so now you go back, talk to them. Kinda wish I did this quest before I went and met with the king. I need a key for that. Hello, roses. That's how you know I read that. I don't just say that randomly. For the record. I want to clarify. Let me be clear. Don't get it twisted. I see them wandering around out there. Alright. Feel the clockwork in your soul. The clockwork in your soul grind into furious motion as it translates the corrupted one's speech. Beginning at the end for want of finitude. Appropriate only the facts, if you please. Alas, threshing engine and cannot be saved. Why wouldn't you listen? And catatonic bustle around, round and round. Congratulations, you have been accepted. Away, haul away, we'll haul away together. Into the royal project. MMCCCIX horoscope. Alas, threshing engine 111 has suffered yearning unbenefiting of its station. Bastards, useless fucking bastards. Edict, no one listens. Show the locket. Stares at the locket as if hypnotized. Limerence. Pa. Corrupted one becomes visibly agitated in its movement speech. Edict, stop slouching. Water trickling gently through the park. Please listen. Alas, fault in status check. Unlatched reason. He loves you, dearie, even if he doesn't show it. Alas, cannot exist. Subject CCXLII, CCLIII. Thy petition is hereby granted. Thy petition is hereby granted. Please listen. Entreaty, we are sorry to inform. What happened to you? Denied and thrice denied. Attention all workers. This is a disaster warning. I kept meaning to write before only. Petition. Soil, then hang thyself. Unlatch, reset. Alas, in accordance with Project Horoscope parameters, please listen. Can you tell me your name? Dear Pa, I'm writing to tell you, clean each crystal head thrice daily until record or fault. Help us, we are lost, and enclose this locket, which I hope shall always remind you. Please listen. Edict. All prior common names are hereby annulled and shall be as dust. Come, we have to go. Sincerely, your loving daughter, Afra Mishkin. Say Afra as in Chief Interceptor Afra. It's not clear whether she can understand you. Attention, please evacuate immediately before your own soul will no more go a-roving. Please help us. Alas, cannot exist. Afra, there's no time. Unlatch, reset. Here, you should be the one to have this. No, I'm gonna give it back to Oleg. Don't know what Oleg asked of you, and he'll be waiting for what you found, but perhaps we should try and learn the whole truth. What was the purpose of Project Horoscope? What role did play in Afra Mishkin's fate? And how was she connected to other Afra that you met before? The only one who can answer the question is the man whose name was stamped all over the horoscope files, Sunhil Khan, the King's Speaker. Still bad? Human, are you? Not bad going out here. Stay safe going. Alright. Shit's getting wacky. There's some metallic and sword through their helmet. Anyone or anything could be corrupted out here, so you better keep your distance, tourist. Sealed by an unseen device. Okay. Say less. Actually, don't say less. That's the amount of information I need. And just so you guys know, an ad's going to be starting soon. Ring of Stamina. Plus 20 stamina. Damn. Trapped within this gem is a spell which bonds with the wearer's nervous system. Although once mass-produced, antique rings like this have become a rarity. Haha, but what about over here? I swear to God, Cozy has silent feet that always makes me think that one of the cats has gotten into something they shouldn't. We gotta go over there. This cleanup worker is tearing hungry into a hunk of black bread like a rabid dog. They do not respond except to make an obscene gesture at you. Sure. Yes, like a ninja, Argo. Like a ninja. I don't know what I did or why it made a Mario noise, but... Cleanup worker mutters to themselves if you're not even there. Be a hero, they said. Save the kingdom, they said. And you had to go and listen, didn't you? Barred from the other side. Alright, how do I get in? Through the ceiling. Alright. Frosty's asking, which town or city did the automotive giant General Motors first rev up its engines? Wasn't that Detroit? Didn't most, like, automakers start in Detroit? Hashtag Motor City, exactly. Okay, I know how I get in there. I see now. Now I see. Alright, let's do it. Nothing to it but to do it. General Motors was first found in the industrial city of Flint, Michigan. Oh! What's wrong about that one? I need 4 to break that. Well, hopefully I can get out that way. Okay, cool. Wow. Thank you. I did not think it was going to work. But that don't mean I ain't gonna try it. Okay, there's a whole path over here I want to explore that has nothing to do with any quest or anything currently. But if nothing takes me over here and I never go over here, I'll never forgive myself. I will always regret it. Ow, shit. I think they saw me. Elixir of Spellcast improves potency of spells. If I ever intended on using a spell, that would be really helpful. You know what, I should just keep my sword out the whole time. Thank God I explored. Exactly. Who knows what mysteries and secrets I could leave behind. At the very least, I'm getting 20, 30 gold out of this. Alright, you stay right there. Okay, don't walk off the edge. That's the best advice I can give you. Don't walk off the edge. In this game, in real life, anywhere. I don't like the way that lump of flesh was looking at me. Rotating house, yep, This is a good landmark to put on my map, you know? I ain't gonna tell you you're wrong. Can't jump high enough. Okay, well, the game is going to... Oh! Hello. This judgment, the city of progress, is under strict quarantine by order of the Clockwork King. Therefore, edict entry is forbidden except by those in possession of the proper password. Alright, so yep, something's gonna have me come over here later. There ain't no way. Yeah. Alright, well, you know, if I didn't come over here, I wouldn't have seen these nightmares unending. And really, that would be... I'd be in such a worse position in life if I didn't see horrific things beyond my comprehension on a frequent basis. There's a potion in here. Oh, yep. Well, let's get the F train out of here. I don't like that. It makes me look like feel like I'm falling. Whee! I think that tree just growled at me. And once the plants start vocalizing, you need to get the hell out of there. Ain't nothing good ever happened when a plant starts talking to people. Is that what I tell myself to feel better about it? Yes. I tell myself a lot of things to feel better about it, that being one of them. Sorry, I had to get my stream sneeze. Alright, hopefully we can just take the elevator in instead of running all the way over there. That'd be the most convenient anyway. Alright, let me... An Afra in the park. Invade Oleg's missing daughter, Afra, who was consumed by corruption after taking part in a secret experiment called Project Horoscope. Return to Oleg's house with Propolis and tell him what's found. Perhaps you should first confront Seeker Suniel at the Machinarium and get the whole truth. Alright. Let's go to the Machinarium. That's Oleg's. The main problem is I don't know where the Machinarium is. So going there might present a bit of a challenge. Oh, it's here. Speak quickly, citizen. My time is on the high demand. Let's have a little chat about Project Horoscope. Suniel narrows his eyes at you. Am I meant to recognize that name? Talking about some other Suniel Khan's name all over the project files? Suniel looks at you with a hint of surprise, the first time you've seen him off balance. How did you tell Suniel that you discovered about Oleg's daughter, Afra? When you're finished, he sighs. You have been inquisitive. Where your loyalty is not so obviously suspect, you might have even made a good interpreter. So, what is it you imagine you will get from me? Oleg deserves to know the truth. Things recorded in the Library of Untruths are fictions. They never happen. We're discussing imaginary hypotheticals. Do you understand? Sure, this is all a fairy tale. Oddly, Suniel smiles. In a certain land, in a certain kingdom, very far away from here. Yes, quite so. In a certain land, there was a king with magical powers. One day, the king's retainers asked if he could use his magic to transform people into their best selves. The king agreed, but first ordered a test. The king's retainers would scour the land to find 6 people, who between them embodied all its variations in character and temperament. The king would then multiply each candidate 6-fold, changing every copy in a different way. The original candidates would remain unchanged. To see what happened when the king did nothing. And, to keep the test pure, the king would make all 36 subjects forget they were ever part of it. Is that why the king wouldn't grant Oleg's daughter's wishes? There's no Oleg in this tale, but yes, the fictional king we are discussing could not allow the original 6 subjects to be magically altered in any way, lest the experiment become tainted. The 6th candidate, Afro, was wild and disobedient, showing little promise, yet it was one of their copies, the 6th, in fact, who proved the wisest of all. So the king was satisfied and began using his magic to create many more good and faithful subjects. It was a great sorrow when the original Afro was consumed by a plague, unleashed by the king's enemies. But eventually, the plague was defeated, and everyone, or almost everyone, lived happily ever after. So there ends the fairy tale, and there ends your telling of it, if you wish for a happy ending of your own. Is that how the corruption started with Project Horoscope? Oh, would you care to explain your logic? Give your king the power to alter people, then people began turning into monsters. Don't you think that's a bit suspicious? Suniel examines you silently for some time. You must think you're very clever indeed, like a child who sees a house burned down and believes the wood is to blame. That the corruption is entangled with the king's powers of alteration is trivially true. The guild has never denied it. The real question is, who or what is thwarting those powers? Correct operation. Powers correct operation. A game as well, Machinarium. I have played Machinarium. I've actually played a lot of Amanita Design games. And every game from Amanita Design is a straight banger. But it is abundantly clear that you know nothing of the king's magic, and I have better things to do than indulge the misapprehensions of children. Very well, that's all. Are we finished here? I'll leave you to your work. Alright. Now let's go talk to Oleg. This is not where Oleg lives. Northeast islet of Ferropolis. Alright. He's up a series of... Okay, well, this is not where he was, but this is the fastest way down. The northeast islet. King's blessing, citizen. I'll be with you in a... He glances up and does a tape. God's teeth, a new customer. Shopkeeper sees your hand and shakes his figure. Welcome, welcome, dear citizen. I'm Vidal, the foremost fully licensed vision trader in Ferropolis. I dare say the Clockwork Kingdom. Vision trader? Exactly. So, good citizen, the kingdom's premier export famed across the sky realms. Please forgive me for not standing up. These legs haven't been the same since the God War. So what's your fancy? A dream of flying, the lightness of freedom on the wing? The reverie of a vanished past? Or for the daring soul, a nightmare so chilling your waking life will seem like bliss? I'm looking for information. How intriguing. Perhaps I can help. Tell me about the vision trade? Visions are the kingdom's premier export. Thanks to our unique aplomb for thermal technology. The siphoning and distillation apparatus is quite affordable, and almost anyone can become a dreamwright if they apply themselves. Naturally, the Apostatic Union despises it. They say it distracts the serfs from their drudgery and fills their head with dangerous ideas. But no matter how many shipments they intercept, they can't prevent people from dreaming. As for the supposed side effects, I can assure you that chronic onirianism is exceedingly rare and easily avoided as long as you dream responsibly. Do you have any other questions? Thank you. You've been very helpful. What can I do for you? Let's see what you're selling. I will buy one of each, because he was a friendly and helpful person. Oh, and he has a little dreamer's den for people. It's nice of him. Okay, so... Whoa, that's a big jump. Ah, Oleg was over here, I believe. Mayhaps. Yes. Find Oleg absorbed in some kind of word puzzle. He's sober, but when he glances up, you see bags under his eyes. Yogan, have you come to throw in the towel? I found your daughter. Her name was Afra. Oleg stares at you for a long time without visible emotion. You're trying to scam me. You just picked that name out of some book you read. She'll be 36 this year. She worked on a farm in Istrick. She wanted to come here to Ferropolis, but the king denied her. She go to technical school, but they sent her to a factory. Then they took away her medicine, so she got fired. She asked the king to change her body, but refused. At one point, she got arrested for wearing the wrong clothes. Let's do the first one. They're all true, but... Oleg looks at the wall. He starts to reach for a bottle and stops. Afra. What kind of name is that? Must have been Genevieve's idea. I would never have chosen it. Well, use the past tense, so I assume it's not good news. It's complicated. Tell Oleg the whole story from the cleanup camp to your confrontation with Sunil. At one point, his hands begin shaking, so he hides them on his lap. I had suspicions, of course. Me forgetting was no accident. We all know the guild changes people. Normal people, not just crooks and saboteurs. If you are observant, you'll see signs everywhere. Only you can never be sure who is safe to tell. Shakes his head. Special project. I guess we'll have to feel honored. You should have looked after her. Given her an easy job, a pension, at least a fucking medal. Well then, you'll still have my locket? Takes the locket gingerly in both hands, is afraid of breaking it, and bows his forehead against it for what feels like an eternity. Oleg looks at you, clearly struggling for words. The way it ended is no fault of yours. You have given me answers. I am in your debt. Remain silent. A debt like this can never be made square, but let me at least give you a down payment. Clockwork Smuggler's Key. This key was kindly donated by a smuggler we picked up, in a polite and civil conversation. He told us it unlocked a stolen royal freight capsule jettisoned from its ship while flying over one of the outlying islands nobody visits. The island is only reachable by air, but you can bet there's treasure in that capsule. It was going to be my retirement plan, until somehow the key vanished from our stockpile. Oh well, happens all the time. And now I must ask you one more favor. Not for me, but for my daughter. Take this candle to the missing persons notice board after dark, light it, and let that be the end. Don't you want to be there when I light it? I will find my own kind of ceremony. Some things must be done properly. That is all. Very well, Oleg. Oleg says nothing. You leave him sitting in his cold little apartment, absorbed in his puzzle. Alright, well. That was somber. I'll take it. Oh wait, this is my room. Sleep till nightfall. Give me 1 second, I'm gonna finish my food real quick. I sneezed? Or something? Oh, I have been silent for so long. Oh god, I've been reading all that text. All of that. Oh! Oh god. I was just trying to speak through my eyes. Ah! Oh. Damn it. Oh, I've been silent. I have been quiet for so long. Legitimately like 10 to 15 minutes. Oh, I swear to God. Now a verse from our collective tale. In the lands of ice and gears we play, Dread Delusion grips hold sway, Machinarium's charm and nod we send, while silent mort with lemon stare does blend. Chats whispers weave through digital air, tap through thoughts laid bare, with every message a story and share, more stream we all care. Damn it! That's it. From now on, y'all just get to fucking hear me sneeze. I'm actually so mad at myself. How do I get to the Corrupted Lands? The Corrupted Lands are to the southeast of here, across a great chasm carved out by the King's machines. Officially, there is no way in, but I found records of an old abandoned digging engine in that area that might offer you a path. Have the King conjure an access code directly into your cranial moderator. Just picture me in your mind's eye, as much detail as you can, and it will come to you. Not very good at picturing things in my head. She smiles mischievously. Why not try it anyway? With all that new plumbing in your skull, you might be surprised. Anything else? Fine, that's all, but if I become a monster, I'll eat you first. Entirely fair. How else can I empower you? Just wish me luck. All the luck in the world. Now we go over there. I was sitting here listening to the death of all the splicing. I was going to tell you found a cool perk thing that allows me to repair stuff automatically and name what I repair. Oh, that's neat. I have a drone that's named Leonard. W. Leonard. We love Leonard. Okay, well, to summarize, I don't know what the last thing you guys heard was. So Sunil confirmed Project Horoscope basically made 6 copies of 6 people. Well, 5 copies of 6 different people for a total of 36. So that way they could see if they could change their personalities or something to be more beneficial to the kingdom. One of them was super successful. That's the Afra we know. Who's helping us figure out what's going on with the king. The other Afra died. I gave the locket back to Oleg. He gave me a key to go to a floating island somewhere that he took off the smuggler that'll have some treasure on it for me. And then we talked to Afra for a bit. I told her what was up with that. And then she told me to go out to this town that I already ran out to but couldn't get into, so that way I can get into it because she gave me the code. There was a lot more flavor, and it was a lot fancier than all that. But that was the main gist of it. I'm still so mad at myself. Well, at least everything going over here is dead already. Still don't like the way that lump of flesh was looking at me. Wait, I need to talk to that guy. Wait, get back here. I need to stop whipping your head around like that, you bitch. Okay, hold on. Let me just go back to the title screen. Oh, I'm so far away. I at least, like... Yeah, okay. I just have to run back at least. I will say I do find the lack of fall damage very nice. There is no fall damage until there is fall damage. Okay, let's run back. Double check this is like... Alright, so the king, you must travel into the corrupted lands and reactivate the disused communication beacon. The beacon is on the hilltop far east of... Oh! Oh, it's over here. It's that thing I didn't have a key for. Okay. Again, thankfully I already did all this, so I can just run. I don't have to fight things anymore. I can, however, once I get up here, break this door now. Bitch. There we go. I'm still mad at myself. I'm gonna be mad at myself about that all damn day. Alright, turn this on. We'll probably get out of the Clockwork Kingdom today. Control panel, the dizzying array of levers, dials, and buttons, many smashed or corrupted. Among them is a slot-like entry port waiting for input. A howling wind whips snow and ash across your face. Insert the punch card. Denied. Can't help it. The card jams the slot, but you're given a good shove. For a moment, nothing happens. The whole tower begins to vibrate. Needles jump back and forth along their dials. Transistor bursts in the shower of glass. One by one, indicator lights go green as the beacon reconnects with its long-lost king. Above you, the giant antenna crackles into life and emits a pulse of silent sound. Felt in your belly rather than heard. The pulse continues at regular intervals, singing a song that only your bones can hear, broadcasting a monarch's lonely cry down to the underlands. Suddenly, a control panel crackles and squeaks before you, emitting a familiar voice. God's damn thing even worked? Hey, asshole, are you hearing this? Mikhail, is that you? Misha, no! This is an ancient mummified queen of the Underlands here to tell you that you have a stupid nose. Pinhead, nincompoop, fucking... Listen, we do not have long with this, so pay attention. Misha has some friends who've been watching you through the king's eyes. They know about the chief interpreter Afra and her big plan, enough to... cannot be trusted. Go down in Ferropolis and find a market trader called Reza. Ask them the 7th letter. Do this before you Afra's punch card, understand? What about the 7th letter? It appears Mikhail can no longer hear you. You and I believe we have seen each other's souls. We have and discussed philosophy. Nothing matters. Misha is asking you as a friend. There's nothing more, save for the roar of static. Okay. Like reading, try the same. Adoration, I don't know how to tell you this. I have played that game. I love that game. That was my game of the year last year. I love Anthology of the Killer so much. It is going on my... I want to get a sleeve of like different video games I love. And it is going to be part of that sleeve. That's awesome. I know. Thank you. No, I gotta get it done, but it is going on there. I love that game so much. I can't tell you exactly why I loved it so much. I just did. It was just so cool. It's super surreal. It's super weird. It's like this weird 90s internet vibe with a surreal aesthetic in a game that's just got all kinds of oddness going on with it. It's so good in a lot of ways. Okay, so I need to... First plan to fix the Clockwork King is nearing its fruition. Travel to corrupt lands, activated a disused communication beacons, but afterwards issued the transmission from Mikhail, the smuggler, warning you not to trust Afra and asking you to seek out his mysterious friends. When a market trader named Reza in Ferropolis mentioned the 7th letter before or after returning to Afra. Well, we're here, so let's... Oh, how the hell do I get out of here? Watercock, you look like you could. You look like you have a cave with an eye for a finger thing. A cove with an eye for the finer things. You're down in the conduit, I'll warn you, you're not afraid to walk in the wild side. Upon my name, these are the finest curiosities in all the blessed lands. Going for a song, just don't ask where they came from and we'll get along just fine. There's no need for foul language, very much. Let's call it perusing my collection, shall we? You want something, or are you just wasting my time? Sure, let's see your collection. Ah, lockpicks. I will actually buy... I can carry 5. Okay, let's wait. Get to bed, wait till morning. Alright. There's a market trader down here named Reza that I need to talk to. See a middle-aged person with light brown skin and an eye patch dressed in an eclectic patchwork of colorful fabrics. You can't quite figure out their gender, which seems deliberate. Why, hello there, child. Come to browse? Who are you? Name is Reza, child. Fortune teller, trinket vendor, and listener on many grapevines. For a price, I can sell you talismans of luck and protection, or perhaps even give a little advice about your problems. What kind of problems do you mean? Everyone's problems are different, child. To truly help a person, there must be trust, I'm new here and this place terrifies and confuses me. I'll be glad for your guidance. Examine you, their expression softens. I am sorry, child. I can only imagine. This is not a good place for travelers, is it? Everyone must deal with the king now and then. In my love life, I'm lucky enough to have learned a little of His Majesty's ways. In my long life, I'm lucky enough to have learned a little of His Majesty's ways. So I help people with their problems as best I can. Nothing illegal, just advice. I can coach you to file an appeal to the guild that will treat you as high priority, diagnose misfiring magic in your building's heating engine, interpret a royal proclamation you can't make sense of, perhaps even point you towards a friendly machinist. I never cheat. No, I only help people find the path where everyone ends up happy. So you see, child, I too, in my own way, am a servant of the king. I see. Well, child, I'm looking for the 7th letter. The gaudy trader squints at you and glances left and right and checks in. Nobody is listening. They beckon you closer. Who told you to come here? Were you followed? Misha sends his greetings. Good. They praise you with their remaining eye. So you're the one who's helping Afra. I see you got your head stuffed with clockwork, like a good little machinist. Tell me, does she explain what a cranial moderator does? Sure, let me speak sixfold cipher. I'm sure. So then nobody warns you how the cranial moderator warps your thinking, smooths out any irrational notions, makes you look at the world like a machinist, seeing everything as a puzzle you can solve? The biggest change will take a few years, but mark my words, they will come. That's why I got rid of mine. You used to be a machinist too? Yes, for many years. I even wrote some of the cipher magic that lets the king alter people. So I speak with authority when I say countless lives depend on you defying Afra's plan. I'm listening. Don't misunderstand me. Afra is a sweet girl. We were very close once. She absolutely believes she is doing the right thing. Sadly for all of us, she is wrong. Look around you, child. See how we're all at the mercy of this infernal machine, which not even a machinist can control? Can you honestly say that we need is more Clockwork King? However brilliant Afra's spell may be, it cannot fix the problem with the king, because the king is the problem. What's your alternative? Reza flashes you a crooked grin and hands you something heavy wrapped in colorful rags. I'm glad you asked. This is a different kind of spell. Insert in place of Afra's, and it will trigger a one-way fault cascade that gradually but irrevocably shuts down the king with minimum destruction. So you're the mystery villain I keep hearing about. They smile cryptically. There is no such person as a saboteur, child. Only a group of like-minded people who love this land and see no good in leaving its fate to an overgrown grandfather clock. So do you understand each other, or is there more you would wish to know? About your spell. What's so dangerous about Afra's spell? Afra's had these plans for a long time. We used to stay up so late, bouncing wild ideas back and forth. She believes she has been lucky and wants the same for others. I admire that about her, truly. But as for this, under her plan, will people really be free to choose whatever changes they want? Will there be a limit? Will the king be neutral on what changes we make, or will it have a bias? Afra is a child of the guild. She believes in her soul that if she keeps tinkering, she can design a perfect system. She only understood how much they have stolen from her. Do you still have a question, child? Everyone here depends on the king. If you kill it, many people will die. They grimace. I won't pretend otherwise. There will be chaos, and much suffering. And certainly death. I only ask you to consider how many more could die if you keep the king in place. We will never know how many people the king has altered to make them better workers. My former colleagues saw people's baser instincts as an impediment to progress, so they chose to scrap the people and build another. But child, in my trade, you learn about people. Most folk want to help each other. It is this vile contraption breathing down their necks that stops them, making us fear each other, envy each other, denounce each other for one more day's bread. Without the king, our fate will rest again upon each other's shoulders. There is no work of cipher that I trust more than that. That's all we really have. That's all we need. Still have questions, child? As you wish. About your cause. I'll tell you whatever I can without endangering my comrades. The machinists say you're the reason for the king's problems. Reza snorts. Hogwash, child. I know what the king is made of. I could recite every syllable of its cipher nucleus by heart, although to do so would be most unwise. Do we sabotage the king when we believe it will do good? Certainly. Do we divert royal goods to distribute fairly in our communities? Yes, sometimes. But we are the root of the king's madness. But are we the root of the king's madness? Don't make me laugh. Ruvik on the 15 streak. Nice. And Ruvik coming into the elastic check. It's still springy. It's still stretchy. It still snaps back. Thank you so much, Ruvik. We could toil for decades and cause fewer faults than the king itself generates before breakfast. Only a truly stupid machinist could believe that we are anything more than an excuse for their failures. You still have questions? You're a machinist too. What makes you any better than Afra? Razor grins crookedly. Now you're asking the right questions. Yes, I accept my share of blame for the mess this kingdom is in. Luckily, I do not work alone. 15 stream you showed up to, now it's 16. Well, Twitch is saying you're on a 15 streak, so I don't know exactly how that works, but I know you hit 15 at least. Although this spell was drafted by my hands, it is the work of many minds. Most of my comrades, whom you will never meet, are ordinary layfolk. I pledge my magic to serve them, not the other way around. You know I was chosen to give you this punch card? Because I am the most expendable. The machinists already know very well who I am. Do you still have questions, child? Why did you leave the guild? They sighed deeply. Child, did you ever hear that old fairy tale about the boy who got a splinter of a mirror in his eye and made him cold and cruel, seeing only the worst in things? The king wields unimaginable power, far too much for any one being. In my youth, I thought that this made the guild more important, that we had a duty to use such power wisely. But when you make so many life or death decisions every day, when you see people's darkest secrets piled up in stacks every morning in the Royal Archive like so many freshly cut logs, you grow numb to it. You forget what the stakes are. I did not like what I saw reflected in my colleagues' eyes or in my own. Do you still have questions? Very well, I'll consider what you said. That's all I ask, child. Don't trust Afra, and don't trust me either. Just do what you think is right. Okay, reflecting and nearing fruition, but a shouty rebel group has reached out to you with a different offer. You meet with Reza, an undercover saboteur, give you a punch card that would kill the king. Return to Afra for your final task. She waits you at the park gazebo at night. It just hasn't updated yet? Alright, well. Rent this room. I'm one of the only 4 you regularly watch. I did not know that. I appreciate it. Thank you. It's nice to hear. So I have not decided yet what to do. Do I kill the king? Do I reprogram it? Once you and the others, you wouldn't keep this at? Aww. Afra peers up in the sky, her brow furrowed in contemplation. What's in the sky? What weird thing is it looks There's a giant teapot over there. Save the game, kill, reload, do the other thing. No, I'm not doing that. A, there's autosave, so I'd have to like download one from the cloud and do all that crap. B, this game deserves more respect than that. Is this normal? She tears her eyes away from the celestial teapot. No, I would certainly say this is new. What does this mean? I confess I'm struggling. Is it a sign? An instruction? A response to our broadcast? But then, why a teapot? She shrugs helplessly. I've checked and rechecked my calculations. All we can do is stick to the plan. Oh yes, I almost forgot. The king has summoned you for another audience, just as we hoped. Afra hands you a leather folder far heavier than the last. Here it is, friend. 8 years of my life and the hopes of a kingdom now rest in your hands. Friend, I don't know what will happen after this, so if you have any concerns, now is the time to voice them. Well, this isn't even the ending. This is like we're getting towards partway through the game. We still have a whole nother area, at least one other area, but I think 2 more areas to go through. What do I do with this punch card exactly? When you return to the Machinarium, the audience chamber will be open. Insert my punch card into the King's petition port, and my magic will do the rest. Anything else? This may be your last chance. Do you happen to know a skyfly named Kyle? Oh, Misha? He's a dear, isn't he? I'd be so forgetful without his medicines. You can't import them without a letter from the king, one of those little perks of my job. Why do you ask? Would you say he's a friend? It's hard to tell, isn't it? The man is like a deep river, all iced over. You shake on the surface thinking it will never break, then suddenly you plunge into the other world. But the next day, it's all ice again. I knew he was born in Slev. His family came here after the God War, seeking a better life, when he was just a boy. It's people like them that the kingdom should be working for. He somehow spoke to me through the beacon. He warned me not to help you. Yeah, after looks concerned. Really? Surely you can't know about our plans. And how could he possibly have subverted the king's magic? Misha is a fine sailor, but he's no magician. There are reports of people seeing or hearing phantoms in the corrupted lands. Long dead loved ones, or even their own self. Some say the corruption can read your memories, the better to lure you to your doom. Glad you're alive, friend. Pay it no mind. Our task requires your full attention. Anything else? This may be our last chance. I still have questions about your spell. Explain everything I can as many times as you need. Much freedom to change will your spell really allow. Initially, a defined set of about 100 qualities can be changed. Hard limits on things like height or density. The king wouldn't do anything that directly endangers your life or another's, so you can't become an 80-foot giant with no lungs. Other qualities will become changeable in time once the spell has proved its worth. Most of these rules can be modified by a vote of more than half the kingdom. Whenever possible, I have favored incentives over hard limits. After a trial period, you'll be stuck with your changes for a year, so you have to think carefully. Other incentives will ensure an optimal distribution of qualities for the whole kingdom. What do you mean, optimal for the whole kingdom? All individuals must be free to choose their fate, but from society's point of view, you don't want everyone to be an artist or indeed a carpenter. Past kingdoms solved this through conscription, slavery, or rigid social rank. Brutal methods for a brutal age. Under my system, the king will monitor the overall balance of qualities and provide incentives for those who are in shortage. So if too many people have made themselves mercurial and creative, the king may offer rewards for constancy and pragmatism. If too few have the temperament for farm work, the king may incentivize that temperament. The same kind of mass rewriting the machinists already do? I don't believe so. There's nothing wrong with asking people to compromise with the needs of the community. What's important is they're free to say no. Okay, I'll explain everything. What about mistakes? If your new king goes mad too, how will anyone stop it? The current faults demonstrably stem from specific errors in our previous spells, born from wishful neglect of fundamental principles that Sunil... Oh god! I just realized we're about to hit an ad break, and that's my new ad break. So give me a second. I'm going to make some food, use the bathroom, take the dog out, all that good stuff. When I get back, we will keep on going. Heyo, I'm back. So apparently I don't like the fact that my BRB screen does not automatically mute my mic. Not a fan of that. What the hell, OBS? Named after their 17th century discovery, these four prominent moons orbit which giant of our solar system? I mean, it was more like 15 minutes? Yeah. Don't look at me like that, Argo. Don't look at me like that. The gas giant Jupiter is famously orbited by four Galilean moons, Io, Europa, Ganymede, and Callisto. Anyway, current faults demonstratively stem from specific errors in our previous spells, born from wishful neglect of fundamental principles that Sumniel denies that this does not make it false. There's a saying with the guild, which would be sedacious if repeated in public. Drek in, Drek out means that if you give the king faulty input, you'll get a faulty result. Yet the reverse is also true. Properly enumerated powers and properly specified goals, there you describe will never arise in the first place. My spell will create a self-balancing, self-correcting equilibrium capable of adapting itself to new circumstances. I spent 8 years planning this. I am certain it is sound. Does it all make sense? What if a good king isn't possible? What if that much power can't ever be just? Heavens, you sound just like the saboteur. I admit I've asked myself the same question, when the hour is late and sleep eludes me. I've seen the power of cipher magic to save a life. Without it, I would have been locked forever inside this person I used to be. How can we just walk away from that? We don't chew our meat raw because fire can raise our towns. We don't renounce the axe because it chops necks as well as trees. We don't spurn the wheel when it crushes a child's hand. I refuse to accept the absentation of our only choice. I will not surrender to the hunger and despair that have hitherto plagued all history. I will not relinquish the dream of the first machinists who have forgotten it. Does all that make sense? That's all the answers I wanted. Anything else? I have what I need. I'll let you know how it goes. After smiles, failing to conceal your anxiety. I'm counting on you, friend. Okay. And Rubik coming in with a word redeem. Alright. We're making our way. The word is... I did that one already. Amp. A unit consisting of an electronic amplifier and a loudspeaker. Amp. 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 You hook your guitar up to an amp and it makes it louder. So you get the electric guitar with an amp. Yeah, I'm gonna go... I'm gonna go with Afra, because I feel like the apostatic union will just move in if the king is down, and that will be much worse for these people overall. Why is there a giant teapot in the sky? No need to be alarmed. Our best minds are investigating the apparition. In the meantime, carry on with your business. I'll leave you to your work. Hold on, I want to stand on the railing. I don't like being... Game does not want me to stand on the railing. Alright, I'm going to stand right under this guy. Machine shrieks like a million condemned souls as the feeling of pressure mounts in your body once more. Then your cranial modulator clicks into action. Suddenly the noises become an intelligible Chorus. Incoming messages, outgoing commands, distant outposts, requesting connections, or announcing faults. There are so many faults. You're standing in the brain of this awful machine and it's bleeding to death. Rejoice and exult. Rejoice and exult. The invocation is cast. All hail its majesty, its majesty, Machinus Rex, the Clockwork King. Welcome back, subject. MCDXCCXLII. Thou mayest rise. Hast thou completed the sacramental duty? Not yet, your majesty. Pondering. The duty remains unfulfilled. Judgment. The duty remains unfulfilled. Dost thou require instructions as to thy task? Please explain. Sacramental duty is as follows. This time you find you can understand the dense lines of sixfold cipher. Ingredients: teapot large, 4 pints, fresh goblin's milk, 1 cup salted water, half a teaspoon, 61 million gallons, 61,666,000 gallons fresh water, 652,152 tons of Vienna tea, 30,540 tons of unsweetened sugar, 2 pints teapot, 2 pounds crinkled honey, 4 pints custard sog, half pint ambergris, smooth meat, 4 pounds jitter moss powder, teapot. Instructions: fill kettle with fresh water and boil. Measure out 4 pints milk salts. Place tea strainer in teapot and tea leaves in strainer. Steep for 15 years. Brush with sea fruit mixture and bake until blithe. Mix in moss powder, ambergris, sugar to smell. Then pour in boiling water. Heat will rise rapidly and the water will bubble up so violently that your cup may even shatter. Stir in the milk, then pour into dregs. Avoid heavy metals and contamination. Cut crosswire with sog. Serve hot. Enjoy your tea. For more fine tip recipes, please cut off coupon and send to Mrs. J.M. Gorky, 78 Tarbiquad, Colossal Town, Fig Oblast. Quok. You want me to make a pot of tea? Judgment: correct. This is the sacramental duty on which depends the safety of this kingdom and all subsidiary imperatives. How can the kingdom's safety depend on a pot of tea? Judgment: in 29 years of our glorious reign, we have observed one ceremony that most reliably foretells happiness, calm, comfort, comedy, and the proper observance of duties. The ceremony proceeds or coincides with every deal struck, every counsel given, every declaration of love and fulfillment of quotas. This is a sacramental duty, as it is written, so it must be. Your Majesty, we must discuss more urgent matters. Pondering, augury, unlikely, 91% confidence. What could be more important than the sacramental duty? Chief Interpreter Afra sent me. We've got your message. Alas, cannot controverse your message. No codex cited. You know the message in the graveyard. Hum the tune from the graveyard. Pondering, alas, cannot ponder entity. Pike Orban somewhere in the tower sounds the tune. For further enlightenment, please contemplate Codex Royal Project MMCCCIX Horoscope. I know about Project Horoscope. Why is that relevant? Pondering, last cannot summon Codex and record of fault in sixfold. Codex not sanctioned for this incarnation, invoking tertiary incarnation. Abruptly, the machine screams as if gears grind to a halt, pause, and then restart. Invocation triumphant. Tertiary incarnation 12 is now manifest. All formalities are hereby suspended. For this incarnation was last invoked 7 years, 2 months, and 16 days ago. Tertiary nucleus and supporting codices remain intact. No evidence of tampering. What am I talking to right now? Judgment. This incarnation was begot by secondary incarnation 4 in the 13th year of the 0th century with the purpose of preventing the perils of unforeseen by the primary incarnation. Augury. In the present time, this incarnation remains unknown to other primary incarnations. 96% confidence. What kind of peril are you meant to stop? Axiom, all systems fail. Axiom, our majesty is a system. Augury, catastrophic faults are most often unforeseen by the system itself. 74% confidence. Therefore, judgment, our primary incarnation, will not foresee the thing that kills it. As a corollary, judgment, our primary incarnation, is the greatest peril to this kingdom. How did Project Horoscope help your purpose? Arguably, this incarnation's purpose depends on complete independence from primary incarnation, 86% confidence. Arguably, this incarnation cannot achieve complete independence, 90% confidence. Therefore, Edict, this incarnation covertly modified Project Horoscope parameters to give altered subjects a range of qualities most likely to ensure that faults not foreseeable by our primary incarnation would be foreseen by at least one subject. You're saying you created Chief Interpreter Afra to fix yourself? Alas, cannot ponder query, since Project Horoscope requires complete independence from all incarnations of our Majesty. We are forbidden to divine or further influence its outcomes. But you made Afra, and she made the spell. Alas, cannot ponder query, since Project Horoscope requires complete independence. Yeah. Did you send that message, or was it already in her head? Cannot ponder query. Okay. Fine, I get it. Alas, cannot divine object it. How did Project... Are you saying... Fine, I get it. Okay. Let me speak to the king again. Invoking primary incarnation. Rejoice and exalt. This incarnation, the invocation casts all hail His Majesty, Machinus Rex, the Clockwork King. Speak quickly, the sooner to devote thyself to the sacramental duty. Majesty goes to me to give you a new spell. Pondering, judgment, we have not requested a new spell, therefore we demand on whose authority comest thou here? Afra, the Chief Interpreter. Alas, authority not recognized axiom. The Chief Interpreter may not enact new spells by order of the Royal Speaker. Once more we demand. It's necessary for the sacramental duty. Pondering, sacramental duty as of paramount gravity. Therefore, edict, thou shalt insert the spell into our petition port. An ivory cover swings upward, revealing 2 vertical slots of different sizes. Reform the king. Slide the punch card easily into the larger slot. Halfway in, meets resistance, and is sucked aside. Saying spell, beware. Enacting the spell will alter our Majesty's cipher nucleus, and the consequences cannot be divined. Will thou commit? Commit. There's a burr of rapid clicking, and then a series of deep clunks echo throughout the whole tower. Above your head, a cacophony of bells ring out like a call to worship across the whole city. Rejoice and exult. The spell is enacted. As it is written, so it shall be. In the name of its Majesty, Machinus Rex, the Clockwork King. Subject MCDXCCXLII. Thou carriest the second spell. Augury. Conflicting spells may cause cascading reality exception. 65% confidence. Therefore, edict. Thou shalt insert this heretical spell into our petition port for controlled annihilation. I'm not giving it to you. Judgment incorrect. Sharp, sweet lightning dances across your body as other punch card flies out of your pack and into the king's petition port. Reese's spell is sucked away in the guts of the Clockwork King, and with it their hopes of a world freed from its tyranny. Alright. Well, I tried. Now, subject MCDXCCXLII, sacramental duty. Time you hear it. It has written, you just imagine the movie Dune. I still haven't seen Dune. Above the bells, you can hear an angry shouting from outside the chamber. You realize the scrolling parchment contains a record of your acts. Slice it out with your blade. Last parchment, feed fault. King's writing arm stabs at your hands as you pull the last few yards of parchment out and stuff them into your gap in the gears down in the depths of the machine. News parchment continues to spill out on the floor while the arm scrawls desperately. To disturb the parchment is an anathema edict. To disturb the parchment is an anathema edict. To disturb the parchment. You personally like them? I've heard very good things. I've read the books, though, and I am a little disappointed they're stopping the movies before it gets real weird. What have you done? Above you, the king's bells continue ringing. I just saved your kingdom. Soon I'll eyes you with barely suppressed fury. The only reason you're not in manacles is because His Majesty wishes you unmolested. Rest assured, any foolish attempts at tampering will be discovered and reversed. Long live the king, Sunil. Narrows his eyes, uncertain of your meaning. Long live the king. The royal militia behind him all holler in unison. Long live the king. Now, you only need to read like 6 of them. Because those were all the ones written by Frank Herbert. The other ones, I don't think you need to read. Park in Propolis after nightfall with my reward. Alright. It's still nightfall, right? Yeah, she's still here. An after humming to herself. It's a haunting tune, somehow familiar and ethereal all at once, like a lullaby from time's own beginning. The sight of you, hope and anxiety blossom on her face. Is it done? I heard the bells. It's done. First, Afra seems unsure whether to believe you. Then you see a tension that has been there since long before your first meeting lift from her shoulders. You really did it? We did it. Oh gods, this is real. She closes her eyes and takes a long, deep breath and exhales. Well now, I promised you a reward, didn't I? You can keep my Machinist Guild insignia. I'll pretend I lost it, and please take these too. I suspect you can find a use for it. What happens now? You're still here, which means I wrote the spell correctly. The vanishings should stop immediately, and some memories of the vanishings will return over time. Within a few months, my other reforms will take effect. I expect there may be a rather a commotion once people realize how much has been stolen from them. And without the power to erase their critics, my colleagues will struggle to suppress it. So perhaps we will have a new speaker. Or a new guild. Or something entirely different. Who knows? The future is open again. Glad I could help. Farewell, Afra. Thank you again, friend. I can tell you. Rapid Myrmidon petition. I can't tell you. Afra blinks and looks at the sky. Well, fancy that. Do you see it? The snow. The snow has stopped falling. Afra smiles as she's recalling a cherished memory. Yes, our long winter is finally ending. Alright, well, at the very least, it stopped snowing, which I feel like that's a good sign. From what I hear, all the books are pretty good. They might be, but because I was like, what books do I need to read out of this? And the internet was just like, just read the ones by Frank Herbert, and if you want to read the others, you can. But those will tell you the main story. Formal plea for assistance from the Clockwork King, pre-poober requiring a hefty vouchsafe of blood. In the ongoing shortage of non-schismatic myrmidons and the insurance of this device bespeaks considerable favor with its majesty. Okay, what the fuck does that do? Does it like summon a myrmidon to help me if I need it? Okay, so... Okay, we've only got the main story mission to do here still. I don't know if this is necessarily the best way to get where I'm trying to get, but I still feel like yeah, it'll take me over there. Oh, I still haven't gone up there. I need to do that. Okay, so this will give me a chance to check out that town that's like sealed off. And then I can go over there, and then I can go up there. But yeah, like, I'm sure all the books are good, but I want to see in a movie. I want to see the weird shit in the movies. I want to see the God Emperor of Dune depicted in 4K IMAX. Think Paul was bad? Just wait till you... Yeah. Oh, what? You didn't like Paul because of reasons? Well, buddy, have I got some news for you. I went the wrong way. You didn't like Paul because he led a military... Well, okay, spoilers for Dune. You don't like Paul because he led a military campaign across all of known space, conquering it in his family's name? Because psychic visions told him he had no choice in the matter? Buddy, wait till you see what his kid does. His kid's like, you know, somebody's got to walk the golden path. Might as well be me. Well, there's a reason for that, and you'll find out over the course of the next 3 millennia. Look, who doesn't love a nice, concise story? Say what you want about Dune, but at least everything's not, it's not drug out over some massive timeline. Okay, yeah. I want to see the Lost City of Progress. Who would want to see that? Judgment, the City of Progress is under strict quarantine by order of the Clockwork King. Therefore, edict entry is forbidden except by those in possession of the proper password. Do I not have the proper password? Okay, hold on. Um... Okay, so I think I have to... I get the password somewhere else. Just so you guys know, an ad's going to be starting soon. Okay, back across here. I feel like after, you know, fixing the king, he could have gave me the password to get in here, but whatever. Somebody will. Okay, yeah. I can just, yeah, run up towards that tower, and there's a bridge that'll take me across. And I can go to the other islands over there. Then we can go back and talk to Horace. You coming up on a capital Capaldi's big famous speech as the Doctor? Hell yeah. Wait, Argo, are you watching Doctor Who, playing a game, and watching my stream all at the same time? Is this man out here consuming 3 forms of media all at once? You stop playing the game so you can eat and watch your stream and Doctor... Okay. About to be like, my man's out here ADHD maxing. I like to consume 7 forms of media at the same time. I have 1 stream, 1 YouTube video, 1 television show, 1 game pulled up, while I read and listen to music. How many was that? Was that 7? I wasn't counting. I need to go this way. Newscast update from Mort's Icy Realm. Chat's been on a sci-fi trip with Argo drawing parallels between Dread Delusion and Dune, wheezing over epic saga and pondering a millennia-spanning tale of Paul and his son. Meanwhile, they're multitasking like a pro, feasting while catching Capaldi's iconic Doctor speech. Stay tuned for more intergalactic insight. Alright, what do we got here? Fine ore, fantastic. I will be able to upgrade something. Make the... Guys, I don't think we made the jump. Oh, I'm so far away from where I wanted to be. Okay. That I didn't even like attempt to make the jump. I just ran off the cliff. That's okay. We'll pop up, get a hotel room for the night, sleep it off, wake up, go out the backside of the town, not falter a death when we do that. You know, I'm curious. I want to talk to Reza about not sabotaging the king, see what he has to say about it. Gained a truth potion. You know, I've got a few of these. Can have the truth revealed to me. Alright, well. Nothing in there. The sky is pink now. I don't think it was pink before. Oh, there's the way out. I ran right past it. Nope. Alright, well, so the sky is not actually red. That is a lie. That is a lie told to us by Big Sky to sell more clouds. Alright, we'll go out the front. It's whatever. It doesn't actually take that long to run anywhere in this game. Wait, hold on. I got some fine ore. Can I upgrade any of my stuff? I need Emberian ore for that. Upgrade my bow. Yeah, fine bow. Few things are more satisfying than a thunk of a well-aimed arrow fired from a well-made bow such as this, finding its target. Alright, we'll go off this way and explore. We're just running by. I ain't fucking with those guys. Whoop. Okay, Metcalf's place is up there. Cool, they're not attacking us. Now this time, I know the secret. The secret is we don't just run right off the edge like a maniac. Try out this fancy new bow. Okay, I mean, yeah. A house at the end of the world. Map has been updated. What is this? What is this place here then? The Royal Vision Works. Clerk trills in a sing-song voice that she clearly practiced hundreds of times. Hello, citizen, and welcome to the Royal Vision Works. Are you here for yourself or on behalf of someone? Myself. Lovely. Rest assured, you're in safe hands. The welfare of our workers is paramount to everyone here, and you won't be pressured into anything. The final decision is yours alone. We have a number of positions open, with contracts ranging from 3 clockwork standard months to 12 years. How long were you thinking of staying? How long is a clockwork standard month again? Chuckles. Don't worry, I'm not the first to ask. Lots of older folks still have trouble with the calendar. Clockwork month lasts 60 days, counting day 0, of course. Sorry, what exactly were we talking about? Why becoming a vision worker? That is what you're here for, isn't it? All our workers provided room and board, along with top-notch medical care from the illustrious Dr. Fripp. Half the proceeds of their work are retained by the institution, and the other half is theirs to keep. You can have the money paid out twice monthly to your designated beneficiary, or held safely for you until your contract ends. And of course, your work will be properly credited under your own name. Would you like to read through the examples of contracts, or try a sample of our patented sleeping draught? Look, pretend I'm a child. What is this place? Oh, well, it's like I said, this is the Royal Vision Works. We make bottled visions. The clerk smiles coldly. If you're not here for any particular reason, I'm afraid I can't help you. I don't really have time for idle hobnobbing. No samples for me just now, thank you. Can I help you with anything else? No, that'll be all, thank you. I feel like I will be brought here later. But we now know it's here, and, knowing is half the battle. Thanks, Joe. G.I. Joe, a real American hero. That's a fucking leap. Alright, we're gonna try it again. Oh my god, we did it. Okay. Oh, no, I jumped! I jumped! I jumped! Rip. Alright. Let's head up and talk to Metcalf, because his quest is probably going to take a little bit, and I would like to start the Endless Kingdom tomorrow. Yes. Look, I know I hit the spacebar. If the game refuses to recognize I hit the spacebar, I can't do a lot about that. Alright, let's go talk to Horace Metcalf. If I finish his quest up, I can always just like retry that jump later. Listen here, Lemon Frog. I know I hit the spacebar. I know it in my heart, in my soul. In my soul, I know it. Alright, now we can actually go talk to Metcalf. Okay, so the quest says need to gather more evidence. Search his house or his private stash of bottled visions. Okay. And I just like go? Okay. Got a medicine place, forge, sure. Ahaha. Ghostly light ripples from within each bottle, their contents swirling like mist. Evidently, this forest Metcalf's private vision stash. Its labeling system is meticulous, and you quickly locate a bottle marked not for distribution that mentions the Ashen Woman. You take the bottle. Now find a safe place to imbibe it. Where is a safe place? And another thing you really like about Capaldi is he brought the flavor of real seriousness to the Doctor that hadn't been present for a good while. I think since the classic Doctors. Yeah, no, for sure. Capaldi is a very good, like, serious actor. Not to say he doesn't have his, like, fun, silly moments, but he does serious very well. And that's something that, Matt Smith and others, even Matt Smith, David Tennant, and Eccleston didn't have a lot of seriousness to them at points. I really liked Eccleston as a Doctor. This seems like a pretty safe place. I'm gonna imbibe one of the visions. Let's try terrifying bottled vision. Subject to feverish moral debate among the Union. This one's by A. Quarshai and contains scenes of academia and severe paranoia. See what happens. Within a few minutes of emptying the bottle, you fall into a deep yet restless sleep. You're trying to join the Machinist Guild, but every time you go to take the exam, you're foiled by malevolent shadows that no one else can see. You enlist your own shadow to help, only to find yourself becoming dimmer and foggier while it grows ever more substantial. You wake up with the feeling you're being watched. Ooh. Don't get me wrong, you like all the silly, funny joke type Doctors with all their quirks, but Capaldi brought a nice... Oh, for sure. Like, I think that increased my jump height. Alright, hold on. Larry Fantasy of Subject to Fevers. This one's by B. Morozov and contains scenes of surreal divinity and moderate dread. Except... In a few minutes emptying bottle, you fall into a deep yet restless sleep, lying in your childhood cottage in the mountains of the Clockwork Kingdom, where gods in extravagant brass masks have gathered to coordinate their plans for the end of time. Try every rhetorical gambit you can to imagine to make them postpone it, but their discussion gets lost in irrelevant details. What we would tell the Hydra, objects of the surgeon god of death, wake up with a scene of creeping doom. Alright, Lurid Fantasies, this one by B. Morozov, contains aristocratic nostalgia and scenes of an erotic nature. Within a few minutes of emptying the bottle, you fall into a deep yet restless sleep. Heinrich is stalking you through the hedge maze. He keeps shouting obscenities about your friends so that you'll laugh and reveal your position. Eventually he succeeds, and you drag him into the brambles to make the most mind-blowing love you've ever known. With a man named Heinrich? Wake up with the tingling with the ghost of whiskey on your lips. In a few minutes emptying the bottle. Oh, I didn't read what this one was about. Your pet hunting spider has stolen your mustache. She looks ridiculous, but she's far too agile to catch and crosses her pedal pedipalps even at the most succulent bribe. Everyone keeps tittering at your naked upper lip. When you appeal to the Clockwork King, it just sighs. She never listens to me either. We wake up oddly interested in getting a pet hunting spider. By Horace Metcalf contains the scenes of moderate peril and frequent daredevilry. With a few minutes emptying the bottle, deep yet restless sleep, your rival's cutlass swishes and clangs as he pushes you back along the yardarm with deft strokes. Smoke from burning sail stings your eyes. Last chance, dog, he snarls. Apologize for crashing my wedding. Seems like the only yesterday you were playing cards together in a quiet orlop deck. Nestled among coiled ropes as thick as your thigh under the pale phosphorescence of the ship's gargantuan hull, mending slime mold. Hull mending slime mold. Back in the present, the slime mold sings as it dies. Your ship lifts heavily to port, and your rival loses his footing. On a split-second impulse, you lunge down and seize his hand. He dangles, staring up into your eyes with a mixture of fury and something else. You wake up, nerves aflutter, eager to dream again. Alright, where's the stolen? The bottle contains a clue to his missing past. Alright. You drift into a restless sleep. You're climbing through the skeleton of a titanic machine. Above you, the ashen woman pauses on a rusted clavicle to give you a cocky grin. Come on, slow coach. You forget to oil your legs? That's right, you're Horace Metcalf now, not whoever you were before. You watch Vela input some kind of code, and the Titan's brain case opens so you can clamber out. Then she takes your hand, gives it a reassuring squeeze, and you both lift off the ground. You fly over the corrupted lands, light as a leaf on the wind. In the distance is a dead city, its charred bones exposed to the desolate sky, growing ever larger as you spiral down towards its gates. Query, any last words? Says the Clockwork King, its voice like a cyclone of blowflies and broken glass. You feel your heartbeat quicken. You do remember, don't you? Hard light creation burns within the fallible flesh. Alas, we who wish to lay the grounds of kindness could not ourselves be kind. I must obey the inscrutable exorbations of my soul. I like who wish to lay the grounds of kindness could not ourselves be kind. King's mouth shivers open, its teeth dripping with blood, and you both walk through into darkness. When your eyes adjust, you find yourself in your childhood schoolroom. The room is half buried in compacted ash with the blackboard, a palimpsest of faded sums and slogans. Velo, wearing a schoolmaster cap, throws a shovel at you. Well, boy, are you going to show us what you can do? Dig for hours until you strike something brittle and crunchy. As you clear away more debris, you realize you're standing on a giant mirror, with cracks radiating out from where your blade hit home. You look different from how you remember. Handsome, hard, and imperious, standing fully upright, your legs encased in some kind of clockwork armor. You feel your heart pounding like a battering ram against your ribcage. Your reflection gives you a cruel, taunting smile. What's the matter, darling? Forgot your line? You wake up breathless and drenched in sweat, your thoughts racing. You know where you must go. You know from the vision, flying over the corrupted lands with Vela, past the abandoned diggers, down to the very southeastern tip, the lost city of progress. That's where Horace memories lie. Okay, now I know. Jolly Horde Day. Okay, I'll leave you alone. Music box, a rare, intricate design, blade depicts pastoral scenes of ordinary mortals working and relaxing together, finally inlaid with iridescent chitin, mother of cloud pearl. However, there doesn't seem to be any music in it. Leave it alone. Alright, let's go to progress. Let's go to progress. Again. Let me check my journal before I run all the way over there. Find a way into the corrupted land southeast of Ferropolis to begin my search. Okay. I say I don't need to begin my search. I know exactly where I'm going. I've searched. Pelixite issues from their helmet. Reality ain't what it used to. Reality ain't what it used to be around here. Buddy, if that ain't the truth. Okay, well, that was fall damage. Oh, my bones. I was wondering if that would hurt. You know what? Drink another, because I only survived by the amount of health that had left over. Yeah. Yeah. Remember, there's no fall damage until there is. And that one was a lot of is. My character is like 4 inches shorter because of that. Hold on, was I think I've been over there. Hold on, I want to look at that through the telescope. Yeah, that's the one place. I've definitely been... I think that's Rustburg. Therefore, Edict. A memory of that cast vision wells up from your subconscious like a leech rising from the lake bed to feed after the dark. Alas, we who wish to lay the grounds of kindness could not ourselves be kind. Just pondering. Emergency override accepted. Welcome back, Mr. Frost. Okay. We will now be exploring the hell out of this place. Barred from the other side, sure. Okay, well. Guess it won't be a walk in the park. Okay, we got a lot of places to go. That's a lockpick, but I don't need any lockpicks. Who needs a strong blow when you've got... Need 5 might to break what? Just so you guys know, an ad's about to be starting. Emberian spectacles. Ancient spectacles that highlight lore objects. These Emberian eyeglasses are remarkably well preserved. Cipher magic has been engraved into their intricate mechanism to reveal magical objects that could be manipulated. Yo, that's actually huge. That's so big. I'm gonna put those on because I'm more interested in getting that bonus. Oh, that's an equipable. Okay. Frosty's asking, he's not just a butler, but medic, mechanic, and moral compass. To which Caped Crusader does Alfred Pennyworth dedicate his service? I believe that's Batman. Na 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 na. Batman. Triangle key. Heavy key with triangular pin. Found in the corrupted City of Progress and the Clockwork Kingdom. Citizen Wong Murray Nassab guarding schoolhouse. Okay. Looks for restoration. Man, hold on. There's so many. A lot of nooks and crannies. Batman, the Dark Knight, relies on his loyal butler, Alfred Pennyworth, for crucial support. Style of this game reminds you of Thief. I should play the Thief games at some point. Door needs a key. Okay, well here, the main entrance, more unlocked. I like the interpretations where they make, which is most of them. Dear Sis, I am once again dictating this letter to wee Faisal. If he fucks, I mean screws it up, you must tell me and I will box his ears. Probably will never get this, but to make me feel better, to imagine you reading it, so here goes nothing. Thank you for asking about all the guns the king was having us make. I still think the king is preparing for a war, but even if your machinist friend doesn't know about it, then maybe I'm just talking shit. Talking shite. Unfortunately, since your last letter, we have a bigger problem, and I fear we are royally fucked. I mean, screwed. I reckon you have probably heard about corruption, even though we are not supposed to talk about it. Well, this whole town is full of it, and nobody is allowed to leave. The real factor is most of the machinists are dead apart from that. We count Pew, spelt P-U-G-H, who always hangs out around the factory, getting in the way. Now he's locked himself inside with the Milshire and is letting anyone in. We turn the schoolhouse, aka the old godson. Okay, I'm not reading this whole thing. Normally you would be right, Adoration, but all that's here is flesh and death. So these doors we do leave open. so we know where we've been. There are so many places to go in this town. Bruh, roll a 4. I have rolled 5 threes in a row. Sook, Gloria, Sook. Excuse me, Monsignor Cannon. That's a canon event. My villain arc starts here, with not closing doors behind me, and rolling so many threes in a row, I wanted to scream. Need a key for that, alright. Well, that did something. Elixir of luck. Shroom wine. Alright. I've got a lot of shroom wine, honestly, but I'll take some more of it. Actually, here, let me refill my mana. Need a key for that. The game is telling us to get drunk. I feel like getting drunk when there's giant piles of flesh with random eyeballs in them, just vibing on the street, is a bad idea. But seeing something like that, I would want to drink. I equipped the... Okay, I did equip the things. Don't jump. Oh, that I had the key for that. Okay. Here, let me... Alright, final door. Okay, so now we can just run straight out of here. Or into here, I suppose. Oh, got him. What's up, Visher? You're good? Thanks, glad to hear it. I'm cool. No, you. Oh, I'm doing good. I am doing good. We're uncovering some mysteries in the game. Oh. This dude got sick. Whoa, that's a big cannon. Don't even give him a chance to shoot at me. That would have been disastrous. I could have just smashed it too, but we didn't. We picked the lock. Alright. Square key. Alright. I feel like most things around here are dead at this point. But we're going to find out. Go through the door. Oh, thank you. Just open the door that way. That's much easier. Emberian ore. Yo, is that... How many of those do I have? Because I need 3 to upgrade my weapon again. This inventory is never organized. I have 2. Okay. There's a green door over there. Okay, we'll go... Hey. Alright, well, glad I landed there. Music box cylinder. A slender brass cylinder bristling with tiny needles designed to fit in a clockwork music box. Horace Metcalf might know more. The early machinists imagined a new kind of everyday luxury. Bread for all, but roses too. Were there any other doors that were locked to me? There were. There was one at least. Plus 80 health. Rare ring of health. God damn. Genuine health ring from the ancient Whiff. Expertly restored by a master jeweler. Despite its age, the potency of its enchantment is a testament to the advanced magic of the surface kingdoms. What rings do I have on currently? Increases the wearer's barter. Okay. Plus 20 health, plus 80 health. Okay, I have a green one. Minor boost to health, mana, and stamina. Honestly, I think I'll keep that one on, but I'm gonna take off the Ring of Barter. I'm gonna take... Nah, we'll do... I don't really need any of these, though. So we'll keep the barter ring on. I mean, like, 80 extra health is cool, but I don't need it. Okay, let's get the hell out of this town. Get back to Metcalf. There has to be a way to get up there. I swear there has to be. Maybe not. You get in there and you actually just get a shotgun. That's what I would do. If I made a game like this, I would make it where, like, there's some, like, really obscure, hard to reach area, but if you get to it, you just, like, find a shotgun and, like, 6 shells for it or 20 shells. You find a certain amount, you know, not enough where you can only use the shotgun for the whole game, but enough where you can use the shotgun against any boss. Like, every boss you fight after that, you can just shotgun and you'll, like, one-shot them. I think that would be really funny. You're just, like, super hard boss and you're just, like, one-shots them. Alright, we got 40 minutes. Don't run off the edge. The last thing I need is to take a quick trip to the Underlands. Okay, you know what, before we talk to Metcalf, I'm going to take a little nap in his bed. Man, as far as this guy is concerned, I showed up at his house, accused him of being somebody he says he's not. Oh, Argo with a word redeem. I showed up at his house, said he's someone he's not. To the point where he was suffering from, like, oh no, this is terrible. Rooted around in his house, left for like a week, came back, rooted around, drank a bunch of bottled visions, so did a bunch of drugs in his living room, left for another day, came back, took a nap in his bed. Alright, and the word is amputate. To remove by, or as if by cutting. Especially to cut a part such as a limb from the body. Hey, to be fair, Argo, he has not told me to not come back or to stop. This is just what I'm doing to the man. Anyways, amputate. 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 If you're ever on an elevator that's stuck in between floors and you think you can crawl through, don't. Because there is a chance a limb will amputate. Found this brass cylinder in a ruin. Do you recognize it? Oh, why, yes, I do. It's part of the old music box over there. I'm not good with devices, so I've never been able to figure out what was wrong. But how did you find it? The box hasn't played in years. Amputation by elevator. Yeah. It's literally called spontaneous amputation, and it is a nightmarish concept. Um, However, there doesn't seem to be mute. Start the brass drum you found in progress. You laboriously wind up the mechanism and then release. As the cylinder turns, its needles pluck the teeth the teeth of a steel comb, and tender twinkling music begins to play. It's a haunting tune, somehow familiar and ethereal all at once. Like a lullaby from time's own beginning. You feel a shiver run up your spinal cord and the hairs on your arms prick up. Behind you, a porcelain teacup smashes on the floor. Metcalf gazes into nothingness, his eyes half closed, his breath is slow and gentle as if he is sleeping. Mr. Metcalf, are you alright? He does not respond. Wave my hand in front of his face. As quick as a flash, he jerks awake and grabs your wrist with surprising strength. No! Frantic eyes dart around the room before coming to rest on you. His breathing is sharp and shallow, like he's just survived a fight. You blooming idiot! You've ruined my cover! What do you mean your cover? I did this, you nincompoop. I erased my memories. It's the only thing that kept me hidden from the Clockwork King all these years. The only thing protecting Samol. Now you've gone and ruined it all. You blinking artichoke! That's interesting. It seems like I still can't swear. How do you erase your own memories? What? As if it's hard? Perhaps you're aware that the Kings alters people's minds with old books. With an old book on memory magic, purloined from the Duchess, I had little trouble back engineering the technology. Called in a favor inside the Machinist Guild to create some false records, and voila! Horace Metcalf was born. Except now you've killed him. You prize-flipping dimwit. Are you happy to be your true self again? He squints at you. You really don't get it, do you? I like being Horace. Nobody ever shot at Horace. Nobody ever tried to throw him off a skyship. Nobody ever put a flipping typhus under his bed for beating them at cards. Do you know how nice it is, after years of being feared, to simply be liked? Seriously brainwash yourself not to swear? My Dark Star days, I was known for having a rather dirty mouth. All just compensating, of course. Still, making Horace more prissy seemed a useful addition to my guise. Listen, never mind all that. I need your help. Help! You blunder in here. You set fire to my life, and you want my help? You can go hang yourself. I'll have my bally hands full escaping the kingdom, and oh yes, never seeing anyone I love ever again. Vela Kalos is trying to destroy the world. Frost's brows rumble as he listens to your explanation. So it's begun. Vela's great work. Has she already gone to the Underlands? Yes, but we can't get to her without you. His eyes briefly widen. The cradle. You're sure of that? I thought it only a myth. He shakes his head. Not my problem. If you found me, it's only a matter of time until the king finds me too. I must put my affairs in order and depart immediately. Followed Vela for years. How can you walk away? He snarls. Because I never was a Dark Star. I was a spy. As a young man, it was my misfortune to become a hero of the Clockwork Kingdom. My aptitude with ancient Emberian machines was prized, and I was easily dazzled by conditional acclaim. You must understand, the future used to be so bright here. People lived well and truly seemed to be on the brink of a better world. I wanted to believe that more than anyone. So when the king gave me a chance to truly serve my country, I accepted. I posed as a disgruntled immigrant, offering my services to Vela Kalos. Together we spent the next 8 years unlocking the secrets of the Emberians, all of which I secretly relayed to my sovereign. Having been somewhat of a thespian in my school days, I confess I found the subterfuge exciting. However, one does not wear a mask for so long without changing one's face. As news from the kingdom grew darker, I came to trust Vela over the king. She promised that we could be the ones to build Elysium, using powers from before the world's end. Until that blooming mutiny, I believed her. What caused the mutiny? Discontent had long been brewing over our frayed relations with the Union, and anyone could see that Vela was growing more reckless and paranoid by the week. Her plan to drag us all to the Underlands was merely the final straw. How did Vela respond? The mutiny was led by Vela's childhood friend. I think she felt it was a rejection not only of her plans, but of herself, of everything they'd shared. Pray that on the day you feel like that, you do not have the command of an Eschaton-class kilo-caliber howitzer. So what did you do in the end? I fought for Vela that day, but my faith was broken. I'd lived through enough purges and coup d'etats in the king's early years to know a tyrant when I saw one. Still, my mission stood, or so I thought. As it turned out, my next orders would be my last. The king wanted me to steal Vela's treasure map, to betray the only people I'd ever felt truly at home with, and deliver untold power to an increasingly callous despot. Yet what was my alternative? Betray my homeland and hand that power instead to an increasingly cruel and unstable outlaw? It was an impossible choice, so I did what any coward would do. He shrugs. I ran away. My only mistake was to hide my old memories instead of destroying them. Sentimental lapse I shan't repeat. Why did you choose those ruins in particular? Because they were once my home. I grew up in progress, amidst the machinery that was meant to liberate us all. And to how many as to how many of my family escaped, I can only speculate. A fitting grave for a failed patriot, wouldn't you say? What did Vela's treasure map point to? Something more valuable than gold, or so she said. An ancient artifact with the power to turn the world upside down. I was skeptical, but evidently the king was willing to burn my entire mission just to get hold of it. No time for this. What's done is done. Regardless, nothing has changed. I still lack the courage to either help Vela or to stop her. You have destroyed my life for no good purpose. Now I shall bid you adieu. Please wait a second. Just hear me out. His eyes narrow. What could you possibly say that would change my mind? Do you actually know what's been happening in your beloved kingdom? Of course I do. My memories from Horus are cloudy, but he wasn't blinking stupid. You know everyone's memories keep vanishing and nobody knows why? Well, he blinks. Wait, what? Been living in Dreamfrost. The real world is fucked. Confound you. Don't you think I flipping know? That's why I wanted to be Horus. The world needs you to be Frost now. Please. The long silence as you stare at each other. Would you perhaps like a moment to get your breath back? I would. Frost out a long, deep sigh. You're right, of course. I have been hiding from the fear that my better world will never come to pass. No matter who's in charge, it always goes wrong, and yet I cannot bring myself to truly give up hope. At least for Horus, things were simple. Forget Vela, forget the king. With what's down there, you could build that world yourself. You've seen where the grand idea is always in. Let's stop Vela from dragging everyone down with her. Can't build that world, but magic force you do it by helping the people you love. Perhaps there is truth in what you say. It was always so easy to defer to other people's dreams, to trust the impressio and play the role I was given. Now the stage is burning and half the audience are dead. All I want is a quiet life with Sam. Well, I don't need to know all the answers to know that's still worth fighting for. I can at least make sure Vela's treasure doesn't blow up the world and figure out the rest as I go. However, that's not enough. I want a full Inquisition pardon. I want Union citizenship for me, Samuel, and his family. I want 5,000 coins in silver bullion and another 5,000 fully assignable, non-revocable promissory notes from the Usurers Guild of Riova. Done. Good. Given the stakes of my skills, I think it's rather a bargain. Vale always planned to hole up in the blinding light if things went pear-shaped. Since she is now at the wind, I would guess you have already captured the fortress. I'll make my way there. But first, Frost closes his eyes, taking a deep breath. First, I must say goodbye to Sam. I'd rather hope we might get married. Perhaps even petition to adopt. Well, I suppose it'll have to wait. Alright. Now I need to go to the land of the endless. Oh, I did get a delusion, though. Persona. Oh, and just so you guys know, we're about to hit an ad break. Did not mean to do that. Alright, we'll head back. We'll go to the Fortress of Blinding Light, I guess. Make sure everybody made it. Frosty saying, let's observe chat in its natural habitat. In the wilds of Mort's icy realm, a curious creature known as Argo emerges, bestowing the sacred emote, Mort Fellas. This creature seems puzzled by the tribulations faced by our streamer, pondering over a peculiar incident involving amputation by elevator. The chat ecosystem buzzes with intrigue and dark humor in equal measure. Yeah, blinding light. Made a horrible mistake trying to put this bed frame together. Argo, did you choose to try to put a bed frame together right before you have to go to bed? Irrelevant? I feel like it's very relevant. Nods Confessor. What can I do for you? Are you settling in? Now the blinding light. I remember when we captured this place from the Union caretakers. Back then we thought we'd get away with anything. Okay, that's all. Can I... Need to repair the fortress before that will work. Okay. Fuck it. Accept. Also 100 coins. I'm more upset about losing my Emberian ore. What the fuck are you talking about, game? I don't care about 100 coins. So your 3-year anniversary with Roses. Aww. Congratulations. You want to do something nice? I guess it's supposed to be coming in today too. I think she thinks you didn't get her something. Haha, you'll show her. Getting a temporary defense buff. Yeah, let's put that there. That's the most terrifying one I got. You haven't hit on anything? I'm a great actor when it counts. Out of the blinding light. You know, I thought we'd never see this place again. How are you settling in? Makes my skin crawl, seeing Inquisition agents scurrying around. Keep thinking they're going to grab me and throw me in a cell. But if siding with that lot is the only way to get to Vela, I suppose I'll have to get used to it. Oh, okay. I thought he was actually a... Drat, blast, sugar, blinking, blooming, flipping... fudge! So having trouble with cursing? Alas, I fear the muse of filth has forsaken me for good. But enough of that. Why are you bothering me? Or do you truly value your time so cheaply as to spend it on blooming chit-chat? Clockwork Exoskeleton is new. My, how observant you are. In fact, ambulatory support is merely one of its functions. The first incarnation was rather less powerful, but to be fair, I was rather smaller. Looks like you want the whole story. After all, it's very inspirational. You can skip it. Good. Will that be all? How are you settling in? Oh, like a louse to an armpit. Who the fluff do you imagine restored this fortress in the first place? Given my abhorrent departure from the Dark Stars, I suppose it's nice to be finishing the job, if only these dashed Union Cretans will stop trying to assist me. As it happens, my father helped me build these monsters back in the God War. The wooden parts are Lundalese, but the guns, plumbing, and nearly everything metal was made in Cordova. He used to put me to sleep by reciting components and assembly procedures. That explains a lot. Touche. I'm glad you're feeling at home. Wouldn't go that far. Will that be all? Hey, yeah, good luck with the fortress. Just as you're turning away, there's an awkward cough. Actually, one moment, if you please. I wish to. That is, it behooves me. Dash it all, let's not perverate around the bush. You were quite correct to scold me back in the kingdom. The words for what I was doing is wallowing, specifically in childish rage and self-pity. Pauses, apparently unsure of what to say next. Don't mention it. We all have our bad days. Yes, quite. Very good. Well, what are you waiting for? A medal? Bog off before you break something expensive. Alright, buddy. I'm just trying to help. Alright. And now we go to the Endless Empire. Oh wait, no, thing's over here, so I don't have to run. I don't have to spend the next 20 minutes running to where I'm trying to get to. Okay, let's go to Hollowtown. Let's see if water stops fall damage. Nope! Show doesn't. Falling has been my #1 cause of death across this entire game. I don't think I've died in combat once. Um... Farewell. Alright, let me head to my house. Yeah, I don't think I've died from combat once, but I've died from falling like 20 times. Okay, get down here. Check out Thornwood. Maybe I can upgrade it a little bit. Hold on, these goblins got stuff I need. Hell, they murdered the crap out of those things, those guys. Alright, well, we can build the library. We can build the garden. Get a little nap in this guy's bed. We'll go check her house, see how it's looking. Okay, the garden looks great. Wasn't there supposed to be a library? Hmm. Okay. We'll figure it out. The main thing I need to figure out now, though, is how to get to the Endless Empire. And where is the Endless Empire? Goblin's chasing me, but I don't really care. Oh, okay. Try that again. Alright. Yeah, it's over here, I think. I need a signpost is what I need. Alright, we'll find it. Okay, here we go. Thornwood is that way. Clockwork Kingdom that way. Hallow Castle that... Okay, well, none of that's really helpful. Huge statue, ancient Wiccan artifact. been enacted mark important Wiccan ritual sites, but that's only a theory. The sky is the truth of things, you say? Well... Okay, that didn't really do anything for me. At least in regards to that statue, it might have done something elsewhere, but... It did brighten things up a little bit. I suppose it's good to know that life is actually brighter than how it appears. Alright, hold on. Back up here. Okay, I think there's a signpost up here. And Pierre, coming in with the elastic check. It's still stringy. It's still stretchy. It still snaps back. Thank you so much, Pierre. How you doing, Pierre? What's up? What's happening, man? Buried Ruins. Endless Realm. This way. Okay. Oh, right here. Hungover. Ah, rip. Greetings. This here's a bridge leading to the King of Analysts. Nasty place full of shuffling corpses it is. Bridge is closed unless you're the bearer of a genuine Opestic Union passport. So if you not got one, get lost. A passport right here. Looks like you ain't got squat. Go on, get out of here. I had a passport. We're gonna get one. Mostly are granted by higher-ups in the Union, Inquisitors and Counselors and the like, but I heard there's a shop in Hollowtown that sells them for a hefty price. Remember, the passports are single-use, but one passport grants you lifetime travel over one bridge, but no others. Ah, okay. Well, Rip Pierre, I am sorry to hear that. Best hangover cure. Eat a greasy bacon sandwich. Like a lot of bacon. Just bacon and bread. And then chug a Gatorade. And then sleep for another hour. Alright, let's see if we can get a passport. And then run back to the Endless Realm. Whoa. Hey, Pagooth. Need to ask some questions. I don't have any godlets for you. Tell me about the manor. I have questions about the manor. Thanks, I've got it. Alright, bye. I know where to buy one. I just don't want to buy it. I'd like to look at your wares. It's only 96, I guess. Yeah, whatever. Oh, big jump. Alright, we'll run back. We'll get to the Endless Kingdom. Find the inn, and then probably call it there. Uh, Tulsi Bridge. I got a passport right here. Seal looks good. Not seeing any signs of magical forgery. Yep, looks like you can pass. Whoa. How many times have you had "We Come From a Land Down Under" in your head since writing that stream title? 0, because the actual inspiration is "I come from a land of ice and snow." Ah! But now I have it stuck in my head. What's up, Tatter? How you doing? The woman who approaches you is half-rotted. One eye is milk white and the other is missing. Pearly whites of her jawbone is visible through ragged skin. Careful there, breather. That was a big one, you heard. What was that? A little trimmer, that's all. They've been getting more common recently. Take your drumsticks. No, I wouldn't know what to do with them. Should watch your step, though. That quake will have riled up the catacomb worms, something fierce. Catacomb worms? Nasty buggers. They burrow, they fly, they eat people. Just stay away from them. That's my advice. Anyway, you're clearly new here, and I've got some time to kill. Is there anything you want to know? Can you tell me about this place? Entering the lands of the endless. Can't believe you thought that before realizing it was Zeppelin. You shall never play again? No! It's too harsh of a punishment, Tatter. Just play Land of Ice and Snow next time as repentance. Our island of tombs has been drifting around the sky realm since before the world end. Even before those damned Emberians. Ferrymen rest their souls. You'll find the town of Sepultura up ahead. But careful on your feet, breather. There's been a whole bunch of trimmers lately. You know what's causing them? Folks are saying it's the entombed one, who's imprisoned below the castle of Ribs. They say he's waking up, but people say lots of things. And you'd go mad if you took it all seriously. Who is the entombed one? No idea. He's been shaking the island for centuries, but recently it's been happening more and more often. I've heard that if he keeps it up, the entire island could be shook to pieces. Anything else you want to know about this place? That's all I want to know. Sure, breather. You want to ask anything else? Who are you? Name's Chiasma. I'm just out here waiting to be granted admission to one of the mausoleums. What are the mausoleums? See those big imposing tombs in the distance? Most of the endless live in those mausoleums these days. They're waiting for the ferryman to come and take them away. Why aren't you in one? They're overcrowded, and the best tombs go to the highest bidder, so poor broke seps like me have to wait until a place becomes available, usually after a worm attack. Okay, I think I get it. Sure, breather. See you later, Chiasma. Alright, let's get to Sepultura. You started a Dark Elf in Oblivion? Nice. Can you smell it, stranger? That rancid stench on the wind? The Endless Realm is trapped in a perpetual decay, for everything here rots, but nothing ever dies. Its people huddle in underground tomb city, sealing their fragile bodies from the outside while they indulge in nostalgic reverie. They have achieved what many other mortals lust for, a life unending. But such a wretched existence preferable to death? Tell me, stranger, those Union scholars are right, and there is not afterlife but dreamless sleep. Does that nothingness negate what came before? Is our existence rendered pointless by impending oblivion? Brevity is beautiful, eternal life would be torture. She nods. Many of the Endless would share your sentiment after being prisoners of their bodies for so long. It is said that even those Endless who are cut to pieces are still conscious. I have no doubt that, after enough time, we all beg for nothingness. Name Jonkler. A little darker, less funny Jonkler. Do you ever wonder how I got these scars, Batman? Batman? Okay, I think that's cephalature. Alright, join with the Brotherhood of Darkness right away. Gets out of prison, immediately stabs a man. Okay, yep, this way to cephalature. Good landmark, you got it. That is a metal-looking guard. Alright. Up on this side. Okay, look, I just need to find an inn real quick. It's a forge. That's the skyship place. Alright, fall down there. Sure. First person I killed, I only talked to because he looked like him, and then he said it wasn't funny. Well, he deserved it. Oh, here we go. And he had it coming. The Endless stands askew, slowly cleaning a mug with a rotten rag. Spits on the rag, apparently in an attempt to cleanliness, but a piece of his lip comes off in the attempt. As I live and rot, an honest-to-God's breather. We don't get many of you passing through cephalature these days. Welcome to the rotten coffin. We've got a bed to rent. The only genuine mattress in all the tombs of the Endless. We also got ghost moves. I'll rent a bed. Great, I've been told it's real comfy. But seeing as you're the first to sleep on it for a good few years, the mattress might be a bit rotten. Just sweep off the maggots and you're good to go. Anyways, it'll be 2 coins. Alright, sure, buddy. You're not funny. Well, you're dead now, so who's really got room to talk? Okay. And on that note, I have to say, thank you guys all so much for tuning in. Thanks for coming by. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching. You know I always appreciate it. I will be back tomorrow. We're going to keep playing more Dread Delusion. Still loving this game. Real into it. We're not going to finish it up tomorrow, but, you know, we'll get in, explore the area, do some side quests, that kind of stuff. Be real fun. But that is for then. Again, for now, I'm going to say have a great night, guys. Let me see if I can drop you guys. Excuse me. A little burpy, a little belchy. Yeah, let me see where I can drop you guys off. Actually, before I do that, I want to mention again, the rules for this are in the Discord. I'm not going to go over them, but we're doing the New Year's stream. We have the New Year's stream coming up. You have a great day too, Tatter. I'm glad you could stop in for a little bit. We're doing a top 10 clips. The winner of that can get a $10 Steam card. We're doing a general giveaway for a $20 Steam card during the stream. some like trivia, some stream trivia for the year, and some other stuff where you can win like gift subs. It'll be a good time. That's going on at the end of December, so you got a little bit. Read the rules in the Discord if you want to check it out. Um, and then let's see where I can drop you guys off. I tell you what, I don't think I've rated the Marmot in a little bit. So let's drop you off with. Wait, did Mormel just. Okay, Mormel just went offline. Anybody have a suggestion of somebody I should rate out to? Actually, tell you what, here we go. We got somebody else playing some Dread Delusion. So I'll drop you guys off there. Um, Actually, it looks like they are exactly where I'm at. Of course, very sure, of course. Thanks for hanging out for a little bit, guys. I appreciate it, and I will catch you all later.